Okay. Mic check. Test 1 2, test 1 2. I do look a bit quiet. Let's add some gain on it. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Okay, hopefully that sounds better. Okay. Let's turn the Discord audio up.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, let me just turn you down just slightly. Can you say something again?
Hello. I'm saying something again.
Okay, I think that's good.
Good.
Let me just create a room on video. Right, and let me know if this works.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm seeing my profile. It says about me.
Alrighty, let me just open up your spreadsheet now. Okay, looks like we're good to go. Okay, the recording is going.
Okay, great.
Should be capturing both of our audio, and yeah, we look good.
We've got 2 weeks of games because we didn't have a lesson last week. There's 14 games last week, and for this week there's 6. A number of those have already been reviewed, but there's still plenty that you can review, and I marked some of the likely candidates with blue in the reviewed by column.
Oh, Kadar beat you?
Excuse me, Kadar?
Oh, negative 40.
Interestingly, there are 5 games against Kadar in this collection.
Nice.
Because I played 3 with him last week because I was competing for one of the titles in the Benkyo League, which I managed to get, and I needed title tournament games. And then this week we played another 2.
Okay. Playing innovative stuff, just follow through. Net, snapback, and code. Did you do the Go problems?
Actually, I've done quite a few Go problems. I don't recall specifically trying to do 20 of each of those, but
well, did you do these 3 categories?
I did do those categories.
Okay.
So I probably got 20 of each at least.
Okay. Let's see how we're doing. Okay.
Are you going to look at the negative 40 Comey one, huh?
Well, I think it looks like Kadar played quite well because you could only gain 10 points back.
Yeah, he did. And it's kind of interesting because, you know, we played even on the other 4 games. And yeah, I had been beating him pretty well. So he actually must have done a whole lot better in this game. Or I totally failed to, you know, destroy the handicap. Totally failed.
Review started.
You're not supposed to destroy the handicap. Like if they play well, you're supposed to lose.
Yeah. True.
Okay.
I wonder, do you see Kadar in the audience?
Not at the moment.
I will go and remind him that I am that I'm in the lesson now. Let's see. So hopefully he'll come around.
Okay. So this extension from the Shamari comes after stopping your opponent's Shamaris.
Okay.
So there's 2 moves that are bigger than this one right now.
True.
Okay. Just build.
Yeah.
This feels very slow. If you want to respond here, you want to go here because this
Yeah.
takes the base of these 2 stones,
Right.
and that sets up an invasion here later. Because now these 2 stones might lose their base. So that is the way I would defend these. It's also why black is supposed to kick and then pincer.
Right.
Okay, did you check the cutting points? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm on 4.5 hours of sleep from last night, so I'm not going to be as quick on the uptake as usual.
Okay, very nice jump. Good shoulder. Nice jump, but follow up the shoulder first. Your opponent's supposed to respond to the shoulder.
Yeah.
And then jump. Yeah, your opponent, if your opponent ignores your shoulder, it's like they ignored a touching move. Very natural game so far. This is a good reduction. Is yours bigger? That's really hard to say.
It might be. It's hard to say.
Yeah. I think it's okay. I think you're fine. Honestly, I might throw a stone in here. Because this is about to become cash, right?
Right.
Like, once the door gets shut, there's no more invasions there, right?
Right.
Which means if you play in here and your opponent responds, you lose nothing. So I would go ahead and ask the opponent, like, how are they going to deal with this stone? Because later they're supposed to deal with it here, but right now they might not be able to. So maybe they can go here, and if you can try to get a ko out of it, then you can get maybe 2 moves in a row. Because the corner was already theirs. You didn't lose anything. So getting 2 moves in a row will be very valuable. So I think because we can't invade there later, once we reduce this, it might be worth trying to throw something away at it now.
Right.
Oh, what is this picture? Is that like a gold pig?
Oh, yeah, it is. Let me just tell you the story about the pig. The title that I was going for is called The Hand of God, HOG. And that's the symbol that is used. I actually cropped it down. There's a blue circle around it, and then it sits in a black square. But I cropped it close because I wanted to, have it be more obvious in the picture. And so I am now the title holder of the Hand of God for the 3rd time in the Benkyo League. And I'm going to claw myself up to the top. Somebody else has had it 6 times. Well, I'm going to claw myself up if I possibly can. So I changed my profile picture in celebration.
Nice. I kind of think of the eyes of God because there's ghost stones in the golden pig, so it's like the eyes.
Well, it means nothing to anybody who isn't in Benkyo League because they see that picture in the magazine that is published once a month with all the winners. And the reason that image was created was that there was a time on Discord when I was commenting on how difficult it was to regain the Hand of God. And I said that it was a slippery pig. And so they created the image.
That's pretty funny. I like that. Okay. This is probably a step too soon. I think you can keep going for now.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason to run this way. Just connect. So this is fine to run with 3 stones, but it doesn't make sense to run if you can just connect to a base.
True. True.
Yeah, so this one, just connect. Okay, your opponent comes in. Just try to surround. Uh-oh.
I should have surrounded. I know.
You are supposed to attack with this.
I know.
Um,
So just G. Oh,
this is interesting.
that's even better. Yeah.
This is the most powerful, I think. Honestly,
Right.
it might just be dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta attack that stone.
Yeah. I do so badly with handicap.
This is a handicap.
Negative 40.5 Comey.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Just play it like it's normal. If
Well,
if your opponent plays a slow move, you're supposed to punish. But
I
if your opponent
realize that.
doesn't, then you can't really do anything. Like there's some tricks, but it's only 40 points. If it was 90, maybe we go a little bit crazier, but 40 points, like,
That's a lot. And see, the
well,
thing
remember,
is,
30 points is close. It's an even game.
yes, but I'm trying to win. And the thing is, when you have negative Comey, then it isn't like the handicap stones are on the board, but you have to do so much better. And so you've got to be just as aggressive.
Have you heard the advice of if it's 3 stones or less, just treat
I
it like
have.
it's an even game?
I have, and I do that pretty much, and I wait for the mistakes.
I think this is
But-
the same thing.
Maybe so. I have to try more negative Comey games.
I think honestly, like, you shouldn't even think about it. You should just play it like it's an even game. If your opponent will naturally play slower than you, or they don't need 40 points. That's how it works.
Right.
If the only thing like you can think about changing is maybe you go for the more complicated Josekis. Like, instead of maybe basic 3/3 invasion, you do an attachment invasion to a star point or something. Just you pick the scarier Josekis, but there's nothing really that much you have to really change. You just use, like, what did you learn at 9Q that well, this is 40 points, so what would that be, like 12 or 13Q? Like, whatever you learned between those 2 ranks, that's what you want to try to pick if it comes up. But I
Yeah.
really think you just need to play it and play the best move, and your opponents will make a mistake. It's kind of like you played the double digit Qs on Fox.
Yeah, true. Now, interestingly, Kadar and I are both, I believe, 9Q on OGS. However, what we're basing this negative Comey on is the fact that I'm 7Q Benkyo League and he's 11Q Benkyo League. So that's where the 4 stones come from.
Yeah, that's fine. I think you just shouldn't change your game too much for only 40 Comey. But I don't think this has anything to do with Comey. I think you're just not attacking.
Right.
That's a nice invasion. Yeah, the only thing I don't like is these 2 moves.
Right.
Maybe these 3. All right, you've played 3 moves that I don't like out of like 40. So you're doing pretty good.
Okay. And by the way, I am feeling a bit better about my game. I was like
That's good.
in a depression over it for a while, but I'm feeling better.
I would be careful about this because you're moving into the center square that black controls.
True.
And this is a knight's move.
Oh, that's right. It's a knight's move. So maybe I should just do a shoulder hit.
Shoulder hit or 1-point jump is pretty safe. Diagonal is pretty safe.
Right.
I think you can go shoulder hit or shoulder hit. Probably this one is the safest because you have connections right here. So it should be really easy to play. I'm also looking at, like, this, though. That feels kind of nice to have.
That's a nice board you got there.
Oh, thank you. It's one of the Sumego Dragon skins.
Ah, nice.
Hmm. Gotta fix all the cuts. Gotta fix all the cutting points at the same time.
Okay.
This one, you missed one.
I decided, I couldn't save that anyway.
Yeah, you couldn't
so-
save it, but you could still squeeze.
Tanuki. Yeah. True.
But, okay. I like that you didn't invest on it, though.
No, there was no point in me throwing more stones in there.
Maybe you can save it. Hold on. There. There.
Maybe.
Yeah, you might have been able to save it. But there was no need to make it this complicated. You could have just not got cut.
Right.
Okay, in-game. Uh-oh, you don't recognize the thing yet? Okay, there we go. This one's bad. No, this one's just bad. You just get cut.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. It's cutting point. I say bad. I say bad in the sense that it can be punished.
Right.
Okay, you recognize.
And I noticed it, yes.
Oh, that's still not alive. You still need
know.
another move later.
I know.
Oh, the shape. Okay, endgame. 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 No, this isn't endgame. Oh, you're dying. That sucks. Ah, I really wish you had just connected here. That would have made the center so much easier. Okay, not endgame.
Now,
Not endgame. You are currently dying.
I could not have died because I would have lost by, a whole lot more.
Right. Well, I'm just looking at the position right now.
Yeah.
You missed a net. Can you find it?
K7.
Okay, and I play K8.
You play K8. And I play J7.
Okay. My turn.
I'm gonna have to block at K10.
Okay. And I honey.
Okay. See now, I can't follow that.
Well, don't try to picture it all. Just try to keep track of which circles are white, which circles are black, and count the liberties.
Okay. I can't do that today because I only have 4.5 hours of sleep, and I'm not even going to try.
Okay, so if you go here, black runs. Yeah. 1, 2, 3 liberties. Okay.
Okay.
You took a liberty. Black turns. 1, 2, 3 liberties. You block. 1, 2 liberties. Are you keeping track of that?
No, but I'm listening.
Okay. I'll just show you then.
Yeah, just show me.
There, cut.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. This one's a little bit more straightforward, but same thing. Point is, the 1-point jump nets them. You just got touched.
Yeah.
I want to say ignore is okay, but also you have to be able to read the life and death and know that you're alive. So if you don't, then you need to just keep your eye space. This is not the right endgame. First and second line comes first. So you want a monkey jump? Yeah, the endgame in this game is not good. There we go. Now we're starting it. Good, good. Now we're starting it. Okay, so the endgame...
Wait until you see what happens with
this
monkey.
The monkey got loose. Oh my gosh, there's the 40 points right there.
But I still lost.
How? There's another. The monkey monkeyed? The monkey had a child. What?
This monkey just wasn't going to stop.
Wow. That's crazy. The monkey had its own child. Oh, and there's still cutting points. Did you show Kadar after?
You mean about the monkey jump?
Yeah.
Not specifically, but we did lament about it a little bit after the game was over. Oh, you mean the cutting points at yeah, later on I went back.
No, I meant show Kadar like how to play against the monkey jump so this doesn't happen again.
Well, the thing is, I think he basically does know that, but I guess he just screwed it up this time. So
Sometimes you forget though.
Yeah.
This one doesn't do anything. Are you worried about your eyes? You gotta be worried about the eyes. That doesn't make sense otherwise.
I suppose so.
Go here then. This gets more eye space. Yeah. Wait. No, you're not cuttable. You're not cuttable. You see how close the eyes are getting, though.
I know. Yes, he did a good job of, reducing that.
Yeah, I like that you saw the cuts. I think this one's probably the better one.
Okay.
But yeah, not bad. That monkey did some damage.
Yeah. So, like, that was what, maybe 30 points destroyed?
Yeah, that's a pretty good guess, I think.
So, you see, I would have lost by a whole lot more if I hadn't done that.
Why here?
I'm not sure. I must have probably been getting tired.
I think you're wasting a lot of moves at the second half of this game. The first half was like really good quality, like most of it. But the moment you get tired, you start playing a lot of Dame moves and Gote moves. This is not good. Too soon. Still have some more here. Okay, maybe it was one step too soon. Okay. Good. Yeah, now the rest is Dame?
I guess so.
Alright, so you look for the Goose to Suji first. That's good. I wouldn't pass yet. I think I would play the scary Dame before passing. So I think this one is probably scary looking to you.
Yeah. But no, actually, to tell you the truth, that one isn't so scary because I think I can read that if black plays there, I don't need to respond.
But in my defense, I've literally seen you respond to a third line cut like that multiple times.
I know. Oh, I know that. But I've been reading them more.
That's great.
Since you told me that I should read them instead of counting the board.
Yeah, that's great. If you can see it, I mean, obviously I want you to see it.
Yeah.
Wait, whoa. You just ignored a point. Your opponent played, you have to take.
Oh, that's true. Missed it.
Both of you missed it, which is kind of interesting because black's the one that played it. Right. Yeah, don't impatiently pass because that's how Goose to Suji's happen.
Right.
So in this one, it looks like you didn't Goose to Suji, but you could have lost the point. I really liked the first half of this game. I think you both played quite solid. But the second half, there was a lot of Dame moves. But if I could figure out how to give people like focus in the second half of their Go game, I feel like I'd be able to rank half my students up past 5Q.
Yeah. So, by the way, you know that new feature on OGS where if you pass 3 times and your opponent keeps playing, you get to accept the AI.
I did not know that.
Oh, you didn't? Well, it's pretty cool because, okay, so in most of my games with Kadar recently, the game will get to the point where I pass. Then he plays, then I pass, then he plays, then I pass, then he plays. And then I get offered the opportunity to accept the AI verdict on the game. And if you look at the scores on my games with Kadar, you'll notice that they aren't all 0.5. And that's because they were
That's funny.
AI.
Before you click the pass button, do you check the rules?
Do I check the what?
The rules.
Rules. Actually, I in the games in Benkyo League, which is pretty much all I'm playing, other than NAOL and AYD and Go Magic. I know that they're Japanese, so I don't even need to check. So I know
I still think it's
Japanese.
a good habit especially since they put it right here, which I
Yeah.
love that they put it right
Well,
here. That
that's
is
good.
so cool.
So all I have to do is look.
Yeah, you just have to
So-
glance up and double check. I think it's really good.
Right. Right.
In my mind, that like stuff like that, these little things are kind of like using your blinker, even if no one's around. Right. It's just building the habit, so you use it even when you need it. You'll be using it because you'll have built the habit.
Yeah. I know that in NAOL games, it's not unheard of for my opponents to pass when they're still Dame. And I don't tell them. I let them pass. And then I tell them at the end, I figure, next time around they'll know that they have to fill the Dame.
If you pass and your opponent doesn't, you I feel like you immediately start second guessing the rule set. You, like double check, like, wait, which rule set is this again? I feel like that's kind of a habit you should have.
That's what usually happens after 2 times or 3 times.
All right, so let's fill this Dame right here. This is just filling the Dame. If black plays right here and goes right here, are you okay?
Actually, I was looking at that before, and I knew that I had to do something if that last Dame got filled. Last Dame never got filled.
Wait, so you intentionally didn't fill the Dame to get the extra point?
Well, I didn't fill the Dame, because I didn't want to have to play G16.
That's funny.
Well, is it not strategic?
No, you're right. I think it's very amusing and very. I'm very happy that you did it. I'm always on my wife about to be sneakier like that because she's like, "Oh, but they're kids," and I'm like, "No, freaking kill them. They need to learn these things." Yeah, a little sneaky stuff like this is good fighting spirit. With that being said, I do think if black plays right here before the Dame, I think you're still gonna have to. You might have to play more than one move. So if I go like this and then fill the Dame, you have to make the second eye.
I'm going to make my eye. Yeah, right. And even if he plays in there, he's got no eye and I've got one eye.
Wait. I'm trying to see if you have to play second move or not. Oh, you don't. Wait, if I play...
Wait, but it's his turn now, right?
Right. If black can do something to make you play a second move in there without
I
playing
would
stone.
play a second move if black played there. I'd play a second
Well, yeah, because now you can respawn. I'm trying to figure out if he can do something in Sente, so that way, to make H12 Sente. I don't think so. Okay, so as long as you have the Liberty, you don't have to respawn. Neat. Did you have to respawn anyway? Yeah, because black had to play on the outside once. Oh, yeah, neat. That's cute. That's a nice little point that you stole right there.
Yeah, didn't win me the game, though.
I mean, it's fine. It's good habits. Good habits do so much.
Yeah.
All right. Not a bad game. There's lots of Dame in the second half, but overall, it's a pretty good game.
Okay.
I think the way you can beat Kadar is to start Trouble, because I think once Trouble starts, it looks like your reading is a bit better. So you have to make the thing that you're better at happen. So I think earlier, if you had done, like if you had just thrown a three stone in there, just as an asking move, you don't have to do anything with it, right? A lot of times just giving them that headache just right here. I think if you just throw that stone in there, then that'll give them such a headache that you might get 2 moves in a row out of it. And then sometimes if they do something like really weird, maybe you can do something with it because, like, they'll make mistakes. But you have to give them the opportunity to make mistakes. But only give them the opportunity if it doesn't cost you anything. It needs to be like subtle and free. Like, don't go crazy with it. But I think I think with that one, you're not going to lose anything. So go ahead and just leave the Aji. All right, so let's go look at another game. Here's another one. I don't understand how you have such giant point differences.
Oh, what is this? This is, oh, that's an even game with Kadar. And I actually managed to do pretty well in those. The one that he did the best in that was even was, I think, 24 point something. I can't remember. When we go back to the spreadsheet, we'll look.
That's interesting. Actually, I want to link this real quick because we were checking some of the some AI stuff on how it can check the condition of the game. So I'm just linking this to someone real quick.
Well, it's kind of interesting because this is like the equivalent of Fox's AI referee.
I like it. I think it's a good feature.
Review started.
Unlike this estimate score button. It's so dumb. Oh, man. So if you have Analyze Game on, turned on when you're playing the game, the Analyze Game button and the Estimate Score button are turned on. But the Estimate Score button is throttled, so it's wildly weaker and inaccurate for the players than it is for the viewers. Which begs the question, why is it turned on? Why is it turned on? And then what makes it worse is the score estimator doesn't do nearly as much, doesn't give you nearly as much value as literally playing out the moves.
Right. But you know what? I really believe that for live games, you shouldn't even have the choice to have the analysis enabled.
I think I agree. I think the estimate score I don't really care about too much. The analyze game should be turned off for live games. That's correspondence stuff, not live game. That's. But in my opinion, I think this should never be a toggle. The less toggles and filters and choices that you have, the better your player base pool will be. Everyone should play the same type of game if it's all rated against each other. Otherwise, get a different rank.
Well, it really is only one option. The option is analysis enabled, and then that also makes the score estimate show up. But I don't think you can get just the score estimate to show up. Or
no, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying there should be no analyze game option. They should just be on or off, and the players shouldn't really have to worry about it. That should be something we think about.
Well, like on Fox, it's on.
Right, but it's on for every rated game.
I realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your two-space thing is coming back. I don't like this.
But this is an exception because it threatens the invasion.
But you're ignoring this Haji.
That's true.
Like, you got to be careful about that. And maybe you don't have to do anything immediately, but this does peep this, so for the right side it's okay. But let's compare this square to this square. I think the bottomless square is better, and my reasoning for that is I'm imagining if white gets this exchange, this square looks a lot more exciting than this square. Even though black can build this square, I think this one's still bigger. So I think we should be on the bottom, in which case we could go here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Why get the diagonal? I think you're going a little bit overboard with this, but okay, this works technically. Okay, it's not too bad. You're trying to make points. I want influence.
Okay.
This is the glossy approach. Okay. Stop doing that. I don't care what approach you're using. You're supposed to surround stuff. This is really, really passive. This is something, I don't know, maybe this is something you don't learn until Dawn level, but the difference between this and this is like very drastic. I'm trying to find a way to get people to understand that once you have your corner moves, you just want one thing on each side. And then from there, after that, once you have an extension, what you're aiming for is the center squares. So you should always be looking at this area unless you need a base. So unless it's attack and defense, you should be trying to control these squares in the center.
Okay.
So in this case, we're not thinking territory because we have a base, right? You shouldn't ever be thinking territory. Territory needs to be Sente. So you should be trying to surround. Oh, fudge. Cthulhu just redeemed a lesson. Wow. Yeah, go ahead and schedule it on my website. Let me know if you don't know how. He spent 50,000 Clossius coins. Holy crap.
Oh, so 50,000 points will get a 1-hour lesson?
Yep.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. With this type of shape, there's an annoying Tsuji, which you'll find in the connection problems on Omega Dragon, but I'm not sure what level it was, where white does this and sacrifices. Oh, sorry, it's a cut Tsuji, not a connection Tsuji, in order to cut through.
Okay.
So because of that, normally you want to be cautious about this one space jump from the knight's move on the second line. Now, in this particular case, because white has low liberties, I'm thinking that when this happens, instead of Atari, you could Atari here. So I think you're okay. But I want you to know those variations. If you want to think about what to do instead, Nobi, Peep, sometimes you can exchange here. This is something I think a lot of people don't know, but also I'm afraid to tell, because this is a great way to get shape quickly. However, it is very expensive because you kill all of the Aji and you give cash for it. So it's very expensive, but it is good when you need shape very fast. So I'm afraid to tell people because then they'll start doing it all the time and give like 5 to 10 points when they don't need to.
Right.
Okay, this is good. Let me check this real quick. That Aji exists. So you are correct. The answer is here. Because once it's like this, it looks like a monkey jump. Then you go like this. No, I'm just wrong. I didn't see 4. What if I go here first? Aha! I found it. Anyway, yeah. I think this is above your level, so don't worry about it. I just wanted to show
Yeah, it
you.
is absolutely above my level.
It's a nice little problem, though.
Yeah. So I've got to get out.
Yeah. There's a lot of interesting things to read here. Ah, what is this?
That was unnecessary.
Right, you made this move here to fix that.
Right.
So here,
Yes.
you should have already fixed it. So that doesn't make sense to come back here, because you already fixed it.
Right.
Hmm.
I was just hoping he'd take that stone.
Yeah. I'm trying to read if he can do this. Because if you do that, then you can't Atari. But the counter is to go here. And since this stone can't escape, it doesn't work. So this is a nice move. This is a good find. Yeah, this is all good. I might go here. If you can run to your friends, it's better.
Right.
Yeah, this is the knight's move, but you're not connected either way, so may as well go closer to your friends.
Right.
Well, that's a move. Okay, so let's check the cut first. White played a cuttable shape. If we go here, white tries to connect. We try to cut, and white cuts us. We go here. And then here is a squeeze to Suji. Here, and white has to live.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Definitely tricky. So I think you can read up to 2. The question is, what would you decide? If you see 1 and 2, would you think that this is a good path or a bad path?
I would probably think it was a bad path at this
Okay.
point. But,
So you went here, so you're playing defense first. That's fine. If you can't read it, you can't read it. Just as long as you attempted to read it.
yeah, I did. I considered the descent.
Okay, so you played here, which is good. Let's check the ladder here. Very good.
Yeah.
I really think your cutting point awareness is better.
It is a little better.
This is going to be a Tsuchi that you missed. This is probably going to be cut Tsujis, maybe.
Okay, got it.
Now, if white goes here, that exists, right? But if we make this exchange first, this is a cut Tsuji. Little difficult to see, maybe, but there's problems on Zemego Dragon that make this shape a little bit simpler, so that way you can practice it. So the idea is these 2 stones right here, there's a hint, because when white cuts, there's only 2 liberties, so that's the hint. So if you can see it, it's really nice, but if not, then you're not really doing anything wrong. Okay, good. Okay, let's go through our steps. There's the 4 squares. This one's looking kind of shared. This one looks maybe like it could be whites. This one looks like it is whites. This one's a bit shared, but if we can somehow get around and block that side, then it could be ours. We have all that. But probably, I think I want to look at these 2 squares. This one and this one. Okay, so now let's look around the board. I think there's weakness down here, which you identified as well. So we want to probably break this area. And it looks like you're kind of doing that. So yeah, I think it's a good move. Good. Your opponent played a nice move. I would check.
Oh. Yeah. True.
That's difficult. This was very odd. I'm not sure what you're after here.
I just didn't want white to make a wall there because I felt that that was going to give him a lot of potential to build a Moyo in the middle.
Okay, but walls need to do something. So, here, let's think about this. If white has a wall here, it's looking at these two squares, right?
Right.
Okay. Which means if I have a wall and I start playing over here, then white's wall here is going to do nothing.
True.
And I'm getting something while doing it. So instead of like canceling the wall for 0 points, you can make points while making the wall dame. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So if the wall is going to say, I want this area, then if you take this area away, then white getting the wall means nothing now.
Right.
Because there's nothing to get with the wall. And here you get points versus here you don't really get that much. It's just a different way of thinking about it. Good. Very good. This one's technically Gote. I think I'd rather go here.
Yeah.
And then I would love to cut right here if the reading works out, but you would have to read and stuff. If not, then just play a diagonal. But I want to cut these 2 stones off.
Mm-hmm.
That's a chicken move.
Okay.
There's no way you can be cut right here. Another chicken move. You need to protect this stone too.
True.
Yeah, you didn't need to lose these 4 points right here. This was unnecessary.
No. True.
We're also getting to move 100, so I think your brain is probably shutting off. Saying, I don't want to think no more. I am ready for the next game. I don't want to think about this game anymore. I've put enough effort into this one. I'm done. Okay. This... Oh, dadgummit. I hit the home key. Now I hit the yin key. Okay. Here, let's go here.
Okay,
This,
more
we're more
pressure
surrounding.
onto. Yeah.
Another way you could do it is peep and then play this shape. Do you know this night shape?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. Here, though, I think because your opponent ignored, you could just literally cut. Your opponent played a large knight's move next to your wall. So,
True.
you trap them. Nice cut. This one's expensive, though, because this one, you lose like 7 points to do it. So I think this is not the way to do it. Okay, you still gained quite a bit. This is confident, but... I don't know. I know you're playing passive, so I don't know if I want to recommend this, but this is safer.
Okay.
Because of the reductions might attack you, which might save the 2 stones, but it's fine. I don't think you're necessarily wrong here. Because the reading, I think, goes in your favor, so it's probably the right move anyway. Good, strong shapes, and endgame time. Don't need that one. Endgame time. Endgame, there we go.
I get there eventually.
That one is not Sente.
Oh, by the way.
Wait. Yeah, it's not Sente. It's not Sente.
No, it's not Sente. But he didn't answer it. That's good. By the way, if we have time at the end, even though my NAOL game got reviewed, I'd like you to see how I got just about all of the second and first line moves in the end game. And I started it, I think, at a good time too.
Good. This one's not good. So when you're playing these second line moves, when you're doing them, I think you're good at it. It's just about getting the timing down and whatnot. But when you do them, make sure you're doing them in a way that threatens something. So second
right.
line move needs to threaten a follow-up. Okay, if there's no monkey jump, then you get, or if there's no one space jump or monkey jump, you got to think, what is the value here that I'm threatening? So try to play a second line move that can jump into somewhere or monkey jump into somewhere. Those are the second line moves you want. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Tanuki's good, but this one is very small. I don't understand why you would do it. You could go here.
True.
You could go here. This one's really big. Maybe... I don't know. Let me check. Here, here. If I go here... But then I can go... Here, here. And then that does nothing. Maybe I'm just wrong. Okay, so maybe start here then. And then white's almost dead. Okay, so then white would play this way. And now you can do it and connect. Connect. You're looking at your point, but you're not looking at your opponent's points. Okay. Yeah, it looks like once you start the second line, I think you're getting better at that. We can, but after the first line's done, I think you're playing small moves.
Yeah, yeah.
So you still gotta. I think the difference is you know to look for the second line stuff,
Right.
but because
yeah.
you're not looking at what you're threatening, that shows up in your center habits as well, where you're playing moves that you're not threatening stuff. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah, it does.
So I think now just add on follow-ups to your in-game moves. Just think about the next move after if they ignore. That will tell you if it's Sente or not. So let me make a note of that. You are getting the second and first line moves for end game. Let's add the thought. What is the next move? This is usually a jump or monkey jump. The idea is the follow-up will tell you if it is Sente or not. No. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Okay. Good, 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 good. That one I think is Dame. So this one would be better.
Right.
Good. This is acceptable. This one is not as big as this one.
Oh, yeah. True.
Okay. This one's Gote. So you want that one.
Okay.
Your moves are getting stuff, though. Unlike the last game you played a bunch of Dame. This game, you're still getting points. So that's good. So it's much better in-game this game. Is there no more points? Yeah, there's still a point. There's a point right here that's actually worth 2 points.
Oh, yeah.
Because it would activate your second line cut. So I would save the co-threat until... Oh, you saw it. Okay, that's good. Yeah, this is fine too, but it's the exact same. It's no different. Just fancier way of doing it, I guess. And... pass. Any Goose to Sujis? I don't see Goose to Sujis, so I think you're good. Yeah, this game's in-game was much better.
Okay, good.
Um, I think I'm not sure how to get you to recognize it in the game, but don't try to make territory. Because when you try to make territory, you play passive moves. When you attack, that's when you try to make territory. When you are surrounding something or chasing something, if you can make points while forcing them to respond, that's the territory that you want. If you make points in Gote, then you're usually doing it wrong. And Gote needs to be bases or extensions, or building a position upwards, like a one space jump from a Shimari's extension, right? You want to be building it upwards to invite them in. If you want to make points, it needs to be significant. So this third line is not significant. I think a good significant position would look something like I go here, 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 like this. And then maybe, like, I would love this shoulder hit, but maybe some styles would be like, I'm going to play here. You see how that's at least a large chunk?
Right.
So it has to be significant. Even here, though, I would prefer this move. Because you see how much I'm getting control of this square right here. The more squares I control, it's kind of like chess. The more squares you control, the better your position is. I say that being really bad at chess. I think I'm legit stuck at, I want to say 13Q equivalent. I don't know, that's what it feels like. But I'm stuck at like a 790, 800 range, and I just cannot move past it. And I'm like, okay, this is where my students are probably. What do I need to do to get out of this range? And then I need to tell my students to do it. And a big thing for me is, I think, just doing chess problems. So I think Sumego Dragon is helping my students quite a bit. But yeah, that's something I've been thinking about a lot, is I'll play chess. I'm like, okay, my students are in the same position I am right now. What do I tell them to do to improve? And kind of helps me get the mindset of the students. Okay, what was the one you wanted me to look at?
Oh, let me see. Let me just make note of which one you did.
I did the 2 from this week.
Okay. Excuse me. I don't know if there was one in particular for Kadar to look at, but
well, you said you wanted to show off an NAOL game.
Oh. Yeah.
Is that this one?
Yeah. Not so much to review it as to just get to the end game and see how that went.
Review started.
Farther back. End game started fast. Early.
No. Oh, you've already gotten it. That's cool.
Oh yeah, I've already gotten it. So keep
I was
back.
thinking that there's a weak stones right here, so maybe not yet, but
yeah. Okay, so move forward one stone at a time.
You made points again. Okay, so
now I decide. Now I decide to start endgame, and I'll tell you why. Because Sunship played a game with Kadar the day before he and I played this NOL game. And Sunship started endgame and went through it boom, 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 boom. And I said to myself, I'm not going to let that happen tonight. And so I decided, I made a decision, even though it looked like there was about a quadrant still in contention. I thought, if I don't make it now, if I don't do it now, he's going to do it. So I took.
There's actually not a quadrant, not an empty quadrant, because there's 2 stones right here.
That's true, but
there's a weak stone.
Right, but the actual quadrant area doesn't actually have to be from star point.
Yeah. It helps visualize, because I know my students can't see the center very well. So yes, there is this chunk right here. Mostly what I would be thinking is, let's attack this stone, make this Dame and Sente, and then go start endgame first. That's what I'd be thinking. But
as long as I would have a Sente move to do that, fine. but I figured this was my chance, so I started. And you'll see, I get the second line moves, and then I get the first line moves too.
That's pretty interesting. The only weakness that you have is this large knight. But at the same time, your opponents can't punish this. So if you just want to steal 20 points, your opponents don't have the skill to stop it, I think. So I guess if you can just steal it until you can't, until you start getting punished for it, and then figure out how you can fix that thing and still steal it again, right?
Right.
Yeah, no, I think this is cool. You're getting very, like, creative. Okay, so do you understand why this one's not good now?
Because it's not, there's not a good follow-up there.
Yeah, there's no monkey jump.
Yeah, there's no monkey jump.
Good. I really like the greedy play. You're trying to get more, and that's a good fighting spirit. You have potentially one more, because I think there's a jump, but it's definitely arguable. There's also potentially a jump here.
I also recognized that I had 2 stones that could get into trouble, so I did want to throw that stone in.
Yeah, that's also why we should have fixed that. You gotta commit. Either fix them or don't fix them. Because once you decide I'm not gonna fix them, then I think just don't fix them. White did get a stone right here, so I guess I understand, but I like to be consistent.
Yeah.
Why are you playing Tiger's Mouth?
I probably shouldn't, but
this one might be okay, but did you think about it?
Well,
Like, there's a cut right here, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like you're defaulting. This one's eyes, so this one's probably okay as well. Okay, maybe you're not defaulting. Maybe you're thinking about it. Okay,
I am thinking about it.
Good,
Yeah.
good. Very good. Good. You had good reasons for them. This one is Gote.
Yeah.
So I think this is maybe a blind spot for you. You're playing this without checking if the second line cut works.
Yeah. Well, I kind of knew it was Gote, but I also knew it was reverse Sente. And I could have played A3 instead.
No, A3 doesn't change literally anything.
Right. I realized that. But the point is, if I was going to end in Gote anyway, I may as well have played A4 to prevent the Sente, the reverse Sente.
Not quite, because if both are Gote, then it doesn't matter if white gets it first. But you can take Sente now, and when white plays, you just block it and accept that it's white's point. So at this point, I would accept that white's going to get the Sente move, because I care more about getting more moves than I do about responding right here for 2 points.
What about K2?
K2. This is acceptable for this level, but technically for me, I think I would be looking... if I can get something up here, I would be checking the cutting points and then maybe try to get something here. And if possible, try to cut off this stone. Maybe here. That's where my eyes are going to, but I would accept K2 for now. We're still learning how to do that.
He answered it.
Yeah, I don't... Yeah. I don't understand why you went here. I think you're worried about your opponent's Sente too much. You don't need to worry about your opponent's Sente. They get their Sente, you get your Sente. It's a trade. It's how it works. So you just keep taking yours. If they do theirs, it's okay. As long as they're not going to kill you or anything, like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, he's not going to kill me there.
Yeah, so just keep taking stuff. It needs to be like, again, it needs to be significant. Now, in this stage of the game, the significant is like probably like 10 points or more. But it needs to be significant to take Gote.
Now, I only won this game by 1.5, I think.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
No way.
Or 1.5 or 2.5? Check the score.
Yeah, you're up by like 10, and your end game was really good.
Yeah, but go to info and look at the score.
Well, hold on. I want to see if you made any mistakes that would lose you a ton of points. Well, there's 5 of it right there. I think the end game was quite cool, this one. You should do that more often.
I did it in a Youngsang game last night.
Ooh, hold on. Did you check this corner? Life and death?
Actually, let me tell you, I was kind of proud of the fact that I was counting and I knew how close it was. It got to the point where it was 8 points left, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I knew it could be made into Seki.
Mm-hmm.
So I invested a point to prevent that.
No, that's good. I was thinking that Tiger's Mouth is normally the correct answer because you want ice shape for life and death. But this one can be very easily put into a bad situation.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways this can go wrong. So I liked that you went for the solid shape here over the one that we normally do because this corner can get very scary very quickly. Definitely lots of life and death. If you want to get good at this this type of thing, you want to do J groups. J groups has a lot of 3-3 life and death problems. Mm-hmm. Or the J group category. I throw in a lot of 3-3 life and death problems in there. I want to say...
Okay, look.
No, I think you're right. No,
I was not going to run the risk that he knew how to make Seki in there.
No. I think he can make Seki. That's why I think your decision was correct.
Right. I was not going to take that risk.
There. Yeah, if black pays B2, or B1, sorry, B1, I don't think there's a way to prevent the Seki. Yeah, I think you're right. It's good. Go for the B1 though. That A1I is very nice to have. That's a very nice eye. It's like the favorite eye because it only takes 2 moves to get it.
Well, the reason I played C2, right? And I thought I remembered that was the first move in one of the sequences to make Seki, and I did look it up in the James Davies book later. And that is
no, your move is correct. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying the first place I would look is the 1-2 points because it's usually safer. That's where I would look first. Okay. You missed a point here, I think.
Okay.
No, I'm wrong. Okay, I'm wrong. Okay, let's check this. Boop, ba-da-doop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. There's nothing. Not even close. Not even close. But okay, always check. Always check. Good habits. I liked the endgame here. I'm really confused how you lost by only a point and a half. True, you lost. You did really good endgame. But
I mean, I won by a point and a half.
Yeah.
But it was an interesting game.
Oh, look how close the game was.
Yeah.
Both of you were so close.
I know.
And then look at this. Look at how you took endgame and boom, you just got the graph.
I know.
That was great.
How many points is the spread there? Like about how many points above or below did it ever get?
Right, you're at 8 or 9.
8. Oh, okay. So yeah, so it was that close throughout. It was like
no, it's a good game. I think you played a good game. 8
points above, maybe 3 points below at some points.
Yeah, I think the right here is where you start going downhill. That's because you started playing. You didn't know how to do the center in game, which is what you're about to start working on. So I think you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, the funny thing is I do the second line, and then I do the first line, and then I don't really know what to do after that.
Funny enough, I think you're stronger than I am in chess because you just know a lot more shapes and patterns. But I think you and I both lack a very similar thing, which is how to mess up our opponent's position or how to get them to make mistakes. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't see my opponent's weaknesses. I'm not aggressive enough. I like a peaceful game. And I just like to play a peaceful game that I win by a few points and that I'm happy. what Insung calls a boring game.
Dude, Austin really hates the boring games too. I'm like, but I just win. And he's like, yeah, but I want to fight. I'm like, or, now hear me out, you could just win. I think being comfortable going to the end is very good. I do think, though, sometimes capitalizing on something, a mistake, is also very important to be able to do, though. So it's all about timing. Definitely having patience for your attacks is very valuable. But I really think you could be beating the 9 to 7 queues if you could just find a good timing. So maybe we don't need to like get it perfect every time, but maybe if we could find a couple attacks that you like, and you just be patient for those timings. But I think right now you can level up your end game probably another step, which is clearly going to give you an advantage. You can get to the end of the game where the end game actually makes a difference, which is going to be helpful to you as well. Why are you 9Q? Are you not playing ranked games?
Oh, yeah, I haven't played ranked.
Holy crap!
I haven't played ranked since the last Western Server Challenge. And by the way, I have changed my opinion. I'm going to do it. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to record any of those games on my spreadsheet because I consider that kind of a waste of my time. And if you want to look at the profile to see, something, you certainly are welcome to. But I'm just going to record the league games, and then I'll feel better about playing in the Western Server Challenge because I'm not going to be spending a lot of time.
Yeah, the point
recording
the point of
games.
the Western Server Challenge is not to like fill out a spreadsheet and study and blah blah blah. It's the point of the Western Server Challenge is to just play the game for fun.
Exactly. And I'm going to be playing these Blitz games that would take me just as long to record them as it did to play them.
Exactly. I will say if you one of the things that I want a lot of people to do is just get over the fear of the clock counting. Like, she's your friend.
Okay.
The more she talks, the better you're doing. And if remember the exercise that we did, I think a year or two ago?
Oh, I remember waiting until the end to make the move. And by the way, I have my settings so that I don't hear her until move 3. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. I have it set so that she speaks up at 10 and says 10, but then she shuts up until 3.
What?
So, yeah, that's the way it works. When you have it set to not have her talk until 3, she does mention 10.
Which
is really, really nice, because if you don't like to actually hear her talk because she makes you nuts, because I cannot think while she talks. So she speaks up at 10, and then I know it's getting close. And then when she says 3, I'm ready to make the move I was going to make anyway.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
If that works for you, it works for you. As long as you can like get to use your period. That's all I care about, is that you're using the time to think. You're not just playing in 2 seconds. So if that works for you, it works for you.
Now, assuming I get to be a Yomi ever, and I will in the Western Server Challenge, but like ordinarily in a league game, I almost never get into overtime.
League games aside, I think if people are playing rated games and the clock is not talking, you need to lower the time settings. You're just wasting time.
That's probably true. Okay, so now let's look at the spreadsheet again.
Okay.
And as long as we're looking at endgame, let's go to the AYD game I played, the very last game this week.
Well, I also want to look at other games too, because while we can work on endgame, we could find maybe some attack timings at some point. Sometimes we can find them, and it won't be every single game, so we'll need lots of examples to find a couple.
Well, the Kadar games might be good ones to look for something to attack, the even games.
Review started.
Oh, man. I wish there was a toggle like right here, because it's so annoying to hover that menu. Did you know that black blocked the wrong side here? And do you know why? Well, I think it's actually...
You know what? I think black the right side because the stone at C9
No,
is too far away, right?
you are correct. The thing is, in my opinion, C9's in a bad spot no matter what.
Okay.
So I think that's the problem. But anyway, I just want you to know that, even though it's not your problem,
Right.
that with the star point, we really want to be thinking, like, if it's like this, if we play an extension with an extension and they 3/3, there's no good way to use C9. So it'd probably be better to play like this to threaten a jump right here, because that looks like a much better combination. It uses C9 a bit better. So again, not your mistake. I just wanted to give you more information to think about.
So then going in at the 3/3 was a good thing to do there.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. 3/3ing a double wing is pretty okay. Careful. I would definitely play this one if I'm going to invest a move here.
That's true.
I don't like this move. It feels like we wasted an entire move and didn't fix the cutting points.
Right.
That one's good on black. This is a good reduction, but I don't like it. So here's why. Remember that we're looking at the center squares, right? Mm-hmm. So if our opponent's threatening points, obviously an invasion, we can just take away the points, right? But sometimes we like reductions because it's safer. But reductions have a very specific key that they need to work. Reduction says, I'm going to give you this as cash, okay? And in exchange, I'm going to get this to cancel it out. But if you notice, there's nothing for you to get right here just yet unless you're going to really attack these 3 stones, which is hard to do.
Okay.
So it doesn't... I don't think I like that you're going to make a wall here for 6th line territory. No, you went here. So I don't like that you're going to give 4th line territory and get not that much for it. So let's compare, just to be sure. If I go in and then Sabaki,
Okay.
I think that's a bit better. And if my opponent surrounds me for the influence, again, I don't think this is a super great center. So it's not the end of the world if my opponent gets influence, I think. So if we compare that, this is just a rough example. Don't worry about the exact moves. If we compare that to, where did it go? Yeah, here. I think this is a better exchange rate. So the idea is I don't want you to default to reductions.
Okay.
Invasions and reductions are situation specific. Invasions are scarier, but they destroy the points. Reductions are lighter and easier, but they give points. You have to get something for it. If you don't get something for the cash that you are giving, then you're making a negative exchange rate. So just be very cautious about that, because you did give 4th line points. Now, there is another way to think about it. This is a little bit more complicated, but another way to think about it is an invasion is difficult, but if I'm up on points, I can play an easy-to-use reduction and then go to the next thing first because I can afford to give you cash because I'm up on points, and then I'll be the first one to do the next thing. So that's another way to think about it. So you just got to be strategic with it. But even this is still a choice. It is not defaulting to reductions. So always think about the reason you're doing it. That's not the right shape. These stones have a bad relationship. There's no good way to fix it. This move is really bad.
Okay, so
yeah.
So maybe jump out one more time with the 2.
Yeah, you can probably do this until 5Q. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe your move's not that big of a deal. I don't really have a good response to this one though.
That's true.
So it's not small, or it's not big right now because this is only going to be, it's only going to be those few points. But later, it'll be annoying to deal with. Which is why if I'm going to invest the move right now, I want to fix everything right now. So I think, yeah, I think I like this move better, but it's also slow. But it's okay. You can do this until 5Q, I think. I think until 5Q you can get away with this. And it's safer and easier and less likely to lose the game. You're about to play defense, aren't you? I knew it.
Okay.
Gotta attack with that wall.
Okay, so we're finding instances where I should have been more aggressive.
Right. When you have a wall, don't protect the wall, attack with the wall. If you're not going to attack with the wall, you don't need to be playing star points.
Did I play a star point?
It has to be a star point.
Yeah. Yep, star point.
You attack with the wall. You only play for bases with star points when you're just settling the position because elsewhere is fine. Or elsewhere was bigger or something. No, definitely here. Definitely here. Oh, fudge, not that one. Because now everything's connected. If you go here, I can cut you. The difficult thing to consider is this move. This looks good for white, but it requires a lot of reading. So the safest move is going to be here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is what Kadar did. Okay, this is good quick life. Do you know about this move?
No.
Okay, so when you are playing this slide right here, in the future, this move is a potential Aji point. Because when they go to kill it, you can Atari, and if they go here, you can squeeze. Okay? So we have responses, but just know with this particular slide, this is an Aji point. So sometimes this move can be very helpful. It's just one of the things, it's kind of like Joseki's, you don't have to do it every single time, but it's good to know that it exists. So in this timing, where you did in the corner, if you notice, you've taken S3 already. So now, when you go here, they cannot go on the outside. They die. So they have to go here, which gives you this Atari.
Right.
Okay, so this is good if you want to break the bottom. It's a nice move if you want to break the bottom. And the hint is to just remember it is with this particular Joseki shape.
Right.
Okay. I like that you're cutting, but I wouldn't want to cut right now. You don't control this section. I think just here. Because I think the only thing you're going to be able to do is destroy this section. I don't think you can do anything else. If you try to cut, you're going to be the one with the weak group because black's developing the section. Because black has more stones there. That's something. Oh, well, never mind. It's gone now. Oh, the section's all gone. Well, that worked out. I like that you're doing these. We can probably improve the timing, but I like that you're like not being afraid of them. You're making your opponent work for it.
Yeah, Ben spent about 3 lessons with me, which we called an invasion arc, and we spent a lot of time on this particular situation with the low extension and the high extension, and where you can go in and how it goes. So I'm a little more comfortable now with that.
I like it. I think you're doing great here. So to work on the timing, what you want to think is when this square is no longer valuable, destroy the base. So, for example, this is a trade. You destroy it, and in exchange, black gets influence. So, if this square is nothing, the influence is nothing, which means it's really good for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I just thought of another thing back here. With this Joseki, if you're going to Atari, a very nice point that I think will be very easy for you to use is this one.
Right.
This fixes the cut, and the only cost is this peep, which isn't that big of a deal. And in exchange, your opponent has this big open skirt headache. And a lot of times, they will block. And now you got to fix it in Sente.
Yeah. You
So
know, I'm surprised I didn't remember to make that move because Insung has talked about how after you play the C13 stone, you have to play the C18.
Yeah, I really like C18. It's a very nice move. Yeah, just this bottom right corner, I think, is the issue. You defended a wall, but also, I think... Yeah, I think Kadar also found a nice invasion point.
Oh, yeah.
So let's actually think about this, because this has to do with this Joseki again. So this is something that's difficult for a lot of Q players to understand, but the reason this is okay is because of all the forcing moves that you have against it. But if you never utilize the forcing moves, then you've Tanuki'd something without a base. So when you need to defend this Joseki, remember these moves exist, then try to defend yourself in Sente. Now, the tricky part is there's lots of variations, so try to just learn as many as you can. But let's see, we want to attack this stone, so we want this capping move. So we want something that'll support this capping move. Technically, we can go here. And that one leads to this. Right? But this is good when we want the bottom side. But in this particular case, we do not want that. Right?
Right.
The other one for this one is I can do this move to threaten that. This is good when I need to connect under. So that is not going to attack the stone, so that's not the one we want. If I go here, I have a couple options. If my opponent tries to get aggressive, then... this is where it gets complicated. This is where it gets complicated. Okay, I don't know what I don't know how to simplify this for you.
It may be too advanced for me.
Maybe do it once to ask the question. And then you can go attack. If they do this for this, it's not the end of the world.
Right.
So it might be worth just asking what the response is going to be and then go to it. Maybe. I don't know. That might be bad. I don't know. But yeah, definitely you want to attack. This is the move that we want. And then we want to find the sequences that we can handle that support this move. That is the concept. What about maybe here? Because this threatens to cut these two stones. While also threatening a very nice horse face. See, this is why I spend so long in my games. Is I'm reading all of this stuff to try to make that attack move better. All I'm doing is try to make that attack move better. That's all it is. I'm still playing the same moves though. Yeah, that Starpoint Joseki is complicated. Everyone has no fear with it, and I'm like, there's so many variations in there. If you are ever scared of it, like let's say you're white, if you're ever concerned about this, I'm pretty sure the AI says double Hane works like 90% of the time, like 95% of the time.
Yeah. So
So just doing this, the AI says is pretty much like always okay. So if you're ever in doubt about if it works with this position or not, double Hane is mostly going to be okay. Just remember, if you're ever in doubt, just double Hane it out. Yeah, this one is playing a reduction again. But the reduction is a bad trade, once again, because there's nothing to build in this square. So in that case, just invade.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing that a lot of people get in trouble with, is because if we don't know Sabaki, then yeah, this can get in a lot of trouble. But if we do know Sabaki, then it's very easy to break out. Maybe we can even play a shoulder hit here now. Does this kind of make sense to you?
Kind of, but it's something I would have a hard time coming up with.
Well, you're not supposed to come up with this. This is someone has to teach you this usually. The idea is for you to try it out and understand how to handle the cutting points. But like learning Sabaki on your own without someone telling you is really hard. There's a lot of things in Go that someone just has to tell you. This one is a knight's move.
Yes, it is.
There's no reason to play a
Better.
knight's move there. You've already destroyed the points. Why do you want to get cut?
Right.
Yeah, this is making me nervous.
Yeah,
Because that's an
I was-
Atari.
I know. I was thinking that after I played P18, that maybe those two stones might get to live independently on the top.
Not without a 2-space jump.
Yeah.
Like, also, why do you want to worry about living independently if you can just stay connected?
Right. Makes more sense.
If you destroy the points either way, let's do it in the way that's strong. Okay. Okay, now you're okay. Yeah, now you have plenty of space. Oh, here comes this shape. What? Okay, it's not cuttable. This one is not as good as this one, and that is because, according to what Yoon Young told me, if you can play in-game on the higher line, it's better.
Okay.
So in-game second line is better than
Makes
in-game first
sense.
line. Now, if I'm going to fix here, fix here. I want to say this one's better. That because it opens up Q19. And this is a bit valuable points-wise. It is Gote, though. Oh, is it? Because you have responded. I think you're right. So that was Sente. That makes it, like, really big.
Yeah.
Oh, the timing of that is odd. Okay, let's check the cutting point. Boom, boom, boom. That looks scary, so let's check the Nobi if we do that. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, we're good. You play a knight's move, though, so you gotta be careful. Okay. Okay, good endgame. Okay, and do you understand that this one's not threatening
Right. Not threatening a monkey jump. Yes.
Okay. Well, the monkey jump's not on the first line, but I think
Yeah,
this one you're threatening a
actually-
second line.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, as long as you understand the idea. This one's good, but it's another knight's move. You really want to play these knight's moves today, or at least in this
Yeah.
game. Knight's moves will get you in trouble. Just imagine this.
Yep.
Okay. We'll make a note of that. You are playing some incredible knight's moves. While I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna say 40 in game. Let's also add in 40 cut. 40 squeeze. I don't know if you heard that. Someone redeemed the Knight's Moves are cuttable.
Oh, I didn't hear it. No. I guess I don't hear the stuff that's happening.
Well, that's good because it means my headphones are canceling out, so I don't get an echo in the microphone.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. No, just go here. That way, at least you have the chance to get the point, but whatever. I don't know if you understand this one, but probably here, because you're gonna have to fix right here anyway. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But now black doesn't have T8.
Right.
Now, if black plays T8, they can reduce you to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But it does take another move to get it. So it's you divide the fallout by 2, so it is a half point for black. But in exchange, you can potentially get another point here, and a lot of times this is a second line Cutco. So if you remember it, cool. If not, whatever. It's a little endgame trick. This one's good, not because you're threatening something of black's, but because you're threatening like 5 to 6 different points.
Right.
So it's good after the second and first line Sente. Okay, as long what is this move?
I guess it's nothing.
Yeah, you hallucinated something. I don't know. And also, if you're gonna fix it, go here.
Right.
Yeah, you hallucinated something there. Okay. Good. Dum. You really need to get this move first, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this second line is down here is getting big too. You keep trying to make points in Gote. Just keep pushing points.
Right.
If you can fix in a way that makes one more point, then you'll level up your endgame another 5 points. I think this is the key here.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting little shape right there. Now you can just do it.
Okay.
Because if black goes here, then that's
Right.
that's nice. Wait. No, black's not dead. Black's not dead.
No.
But yeah, very nice endgame if you get that move. Here, if black plays here, you cut, black goes here, and you go here. Okay, it was right. Good, you're getting a lot better with not being scared of the cutting points. That is good. I don't understand why you didn't Hane right here.
Well, I guess because I knew that was going to end in Gote.
Okay, then don't do it.
Okay.
Because if you go right here and I ignore...
Yeah, well, you can ignore, I suppose.
How is that any different?
It's not really any different, I guess.
It actually is, because now I have the potential for a point later.
Mm-hmm.
So it's actually better for your opponent if you do that.
Okay.
Well, last move first. Try to trick them. Be sneaky.
Okay.
unless 1 and 3 are Gote. If 1 and 3 are... Well, it's Gote no matter... It doesn't matter. Because it doesn't change. So yeah, last move first here.
Okay.
It's a good way to be sneaky. You'll win games like that a lot. This one is not good because you're fixing something that, one, doesn't exist yet because Atari, there, just double Atari.
Right.
It does not exist yet. Also, I want to fix this way if I can.
Go back and do that double Atari again.
You have one Liberty right here.
Okay, all right. I was looking for the Liberty I needed.
Yeah. But if you're gonna fix it this way. Now, if black does it, you have that.
Right.
If black does this though, and black has this, then it's a Seki. So at that point, you do have to fix. But anyway, like try to like get more out of it when you can.
Uh-huh.
Less co-threats.
Mm-hmm.
Your opponent did the same thing as you did down here, so you can ignore that. Here's nice because of the second line cuts. Here is very nice. Yeah, definitely some endgame. Chicken move.
Yeah, right. Yes, he can't do anything.
Mm-hmm. No, block. You're not an Atari yet. Or you're not, you don't have the Liberty taken yet. Don't fix it until it exists. Throw in.
Okay.
Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. This one first. Yeah, you definitely missed the 2 in the center here.
Right.
No, this one's not good. Because this is played at the end of Dame. So remember that we want the co-threats and we want to give our opponent to self-Atari. Or give the chance to our opponent to self-Atari. But if we never give them that chance and they don't goose the Tsuchi. So this is not double Sente. Nothing of yours will ever activate. In other words, this is your co-threat or your Dame. Play that last.
Uh-huh.
So maybe here. Oh, that's a point. Yeah, that's a point. You missed the point there. You played Dame before it was done. Oh, that's not the way to fix it. No, it's free. Okay, maybe count the co-threats. If you have the time, count the co-threats and see if you can get one more point. If you don't know, then I don't know. Maybe it's not worth it if you don't know. I don't know. If you're losing, go for it. I don't know. But yeah, that's why we save these Ataris, because then we could have gotten this. So maybe that cost us a point.
True.
Okay. Questions? Anything I can elaborate on?
Well, we have until about 13 minutes after the hour, I think, because we started late. I don't actually have questions, but we might be able to look at the AYD game and look at the end game, maybe.
Review started.
This is points in Gote. Points in Gote. Points in Gote. There we go.
Now end game.
Points in Gote. Is that one? No,
Well,
I think I understand. Yeah,
Wait, play K.
you're looking at that, right?
Yeah.
Right. You can Nobi.
Okay.
Here. I am incorrect. Okay. Okay, then can we fix it in Sentai? If we can fix it in Sentai, let's do that.
Okay.
No, that one's Gote. Nobi.
Okay, but do they have to respond after after they play to the second line and I play to the first line?
Well, just don't play the first line if it's Gote.
Okay, fine. Okay.
But the second line's definitely Sentai.
Mm-hmm.
Push.
Yeah.
That one's Gote. Just go here. If you can't go here because of the cutting point,
Yeah, I know.
Just-
I know.
fix
Yeah.
the cut while threatening to go in.
Right.
Here?
You know, it's interesting. I looked at that and I didn't think it worked. Okay, that's great.
I'm also wondering about this move.
Yeah, I looked at
Okay.
that too, and I certainly did not read it as far as you did, but I felt like it was not going to work.
Nice. Good. Sentai. Maybe this one's okay, but I think I would rather lose the stone than Sentai. That one's big. Yeah, it's running out of moves, but okay. Hold on, let me read. There. Yep, okay. Okay. Good. No chicken move cutting points. Free Atari! There we go, yeah. No, Tiger's Mouth. Of course, Tiger's Mouth.
Okay,
It's not cuttable.
true.
And that one's good because you're fixing two things. Maybe you don't need to do it, actually.
I guess not.
Yeah. Okay, it's fine. I understand. Do you know about this move?
No. Oh, okay.
It's an endgame Tsuji.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
The timing's a little awkward.
So it makes a cow.
It can do some weird stuff. It's a little hard to to get the value right. But like I said, the timing's awkward, but it does exist. Even if it gives your opponent a headache, I think it's okay. No.
Right.
There or there.
Yeah.
That one just loses a point. What? I don't know. Whatever.
I was just hoping that I would be, you know what I was hoping for.
Yeah. Is there a way to be sneaky about it? I guess not. It's too obvious.
No, not really. Yeah, way too obvious.
This is Gote for nothing.
Well, is there anything left?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, there is up there. Okay.
Several points up here. Yeah, 2 points. Remember, 2 adds up a lot when you do it 10 times.
Well, I guess I didn't really need them because I think I won this one by 29.5.
Yeah, but the reason your end game is so good is because you're getting all those 2-point moves.
Right, right.
There's also another point right here.
Okay.
Atari, kill.
Oh, really? Play that out for me.
Huh?
Yeah. Oh, got it. Okay. I see it now. Yes, that's wonderful.
All right. Okay.
Let's see. Maybe just look at another end game.
Well, that's a Fordon, so no.
Oh, don't bother with that. Let's see. Maybe
Ooh, here's
another
15. Here's a 15-point game. Let's see if we can find.
Oh, wait
15.
a second. It's 6 stones handicap.
Ah,
But
well,
you
there's
can
still
look at it if
there's
you
still
want.
end game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Okay. Is this the one I won or the one I lost? Oh, it's the one I
this
lost.
is a loss by 15.
We played 2 in a row, and I won the second one.
Okay. Don't ever do that. Always take.
Just take. Okay.
Don't let them get the T19I and Sente.
Right.
Capture.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't see that.
A lot of the times, the strongest moves that white can make against you when you're handicap stone is your moves that you play when you're scared. Like there is no better moves than the scared moves. This is a shape point.
True.
Thinking cut, you just cut. Just straight up cut.
Then do they Atari my black stone? Oh, okay. Yeah. So they the stones live, but I get kind of like territory in the center because
Right.
of it.
By threatening the bamboo net, you are able to cut it off. That's the key. You do 2 things at once. Yeah, your opponent realized. What? This is okay. This is okay. Because it's still your opponent's problem. This one is better.
Okay.
Just by a couple points.
Uh-huh.
No, just go here.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason to give this Atari.
He goes in.
Okay, not a big deal. Technically, I think you can kill this. Do you know this?
Oh, yeah. That's the pig snout.
Yep.
So you have to play C1.
Mm-hmm.
They play B1. Yeah, you play there. And there's no way. Yep, extend or descend. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the only thing white can do with this is go here.
Mm-hmm.
So now the question is, do we have a response to this? Typically that's the easy one, and then they get out. But you control the area. But yeah, I understand it's scary, so this is okay. But anyway, just so you know, that does exist. If you want to play here for the points, go here.
Okay.
That's the
Right.
most points.
I got to remember that.
This one, when you want to cut and take a liberty. This one, when you want to cut and do some in-game. This one, when you want to cut and do some in-game as well. This one, when you want to let them out. This one, when you want this shape. I don't know why you would ever want this shape, though, but it is a popular one. This one, when you want the points. This one, when you want Sente.
Okay.
Because here, like, if it was earlier, then you could probably ignore this potentially. And the worst case... Wait, no. Yeah. I was going to say worst case, but I don't think there's anything here. Anyway, you can just go here, 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 and then maybe save the co. There's no co, never mind. Yeah, anyway, that stone is optional, but if you're going to do this and respond, then go ahead and just play the Gote one and get the points in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The response is here.
Okay.
But understandable. White actually may have messed it up. Maybe not. I feel like there's something here, but not yet. Okay, so if I can play this move, and this is not right now because right now there's too many other issues. But if I can play, I guess I can't get both, huh? I was gonna say you could squeeze and force all of these connections, but I guess not. Oh well. Yeah, just got tricked here. Unfortunate.
Yep.
That's not cuttable.
No, I guess it's not.
Let's see. Yeah, not a lot of in-game, but there's some stuff to think about. Yeah, definitely some stuff to think about. Some small in-game here. Definitely some in-game here. There's a cutting point right here.
Mm-hmm.
So you could go right here. Make white decide what they want. Yeah, lots of little things. I think you've been scared into passive play.
Oh yeah, well, that's what happens when I play these strong players.
Yeah. Remember, half of their skill is your fear.
Right.
Like this one's not Sente. There's no way to connect.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. This is all being afraid and following your... This is puppy go. is all mental mistake.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like that you tried this, but unfortunately it doesn't work.
Right, it doesn't.
You gotta go here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say the big problem with your descend, last chance.
Right,
The big problem with your end game and handicap games is you get scared.
Right.
Which means you can gain another entire stone probably if you just calm down and recognize that you're scared in end game and just calm down, stop, and play the end game that you know. You know how to play the end game, right? You're good at it. So if you are not about to die, try to remember that your end game is worth an entire another handicap stone. If you just remember to be calm and play the end game, you will be able to gain a lot of points.
Right. Okay.
Ooh, nice.
And it looks like we're out of time.
Nice. Well, with that, did you have any other questions?
Nope, no other questions. Just glad that I'm feeling a little bit better about Go.
That's awesome. Yeah. I really wish I knew what rank you were, but I can tell your game is improving. You're not backing down from the cutting points. You're actually reading them before you fix them, which I'm very happy about. It was one of my leading things that I was trying to break you of. I like the thing that you're working on with Ben with the 3-space invasions. We'll add a couple attack timings and keep leveling up your end game because that's clearly one of the things that is going to cause you to win a lot of your games because your type of play goes to the end. And yeah, just have confidence in your end game, go to the end of the game, and you'll be able to handle most positions. And then we just have to add on attack timings.
And by the way, don't worry so much about my OGS rank because I'll destroy it in March. And then maybe, just maybe.
But that means April's going to be sandbag month.
Well, yes. And assuming I play rated, and I think that what I'll do after March is over is I'll try to set up some kind of a schedule of a certain number of ranked games to play, maybe 2 a week or something like that.
I'm a little concerned about setting up a schedule because that makes it feel like work. Now, obviously, I want you to play more than 0, but I would rather you be like, I want to play Go today, and just play Go. Right?
Oh, yeah, but see, I want to play Go, but what I want to do is I want to play Benkyo title tournament games so I get credit for the points.
Are those as many as you can?
Well, no, not really, but what it is you get to play each player in the league as many as 3 times in the month if you want. And that's a lot of people, and of course, nobody ever completes them all. But you get 3 points for a win and you get 2 points for a loss. And that's really rewarding participation heavily.
And then you're saying, those are not rated, right?
Well, they can be if people want them to be, they can be, but almost none of the games in Benkyo League get rated on OGS. But they are rated, the main league games are rated for Benkyo League.
I don't have access to those ranks, though.
Yeah, I know you don't, but I'm 7Q on Benkyo League. I just ranked up this month from 8Q
we'll have to make a
7Q.
note because I don't have where your rank is at.
Okay, look at my spreadsheet.
BKL.
Look at my spreadsheet.
Well, the notes help me remember that I'm tracking it more than anything.
Okay, see right here, the 7Q BKL is green on the right side of the sheet. And the reason it's green is because I ranked up.
Oh, right here. Got it.
Right. Now, I will rank down to 8Q next month because I'm playing a lot of games and I'm not holding back. So I probably will, but that's okay because eventually I'll rank up again. But I was 7Q for a while, then I was 8Q, and now I'm back to 7Q only by 20 ELO points.
Cool. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the lesson, and I will see you probably in a couple weeks.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Okay. Alrighty, and if I did it correctly, that should now show up in the videos page. Yep, awesome. So anyone who is a supporter on my website can watch the VODs. Now, I still have to debug this, but if you do lessons on the website, I have added subscription tiers, which starts at $3 a month, which is not showing clearly. So it's still blacked out. Hold on, let me turn that on. I gotta fix that real quick. That's the whole thing I'm trying to sell. But it starts at $3 a month. You can watch the VODs. And that is because I am trying to grow the subscriptions once again. Because as much as I love Samega Dragon, it is not nearly as profitable as Teaching Go. Da 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 da. Where's my lessons? Boom. Oh, I haven't. Never mind. I remember now. I have to transfer the data. Okay. All right. I have 13 minutes for my next lesson to get this done and use the restroom. I've got this. So these are tiers. So, supporters $2.99. Okay, let me just open this again. But hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream today, and finding it helpful. Okay. Yeah, I forgot to create these on the live site. 2.99. Oh, that's number lock. 2.99. Get the description. All right. And now the first one will be there. Yep. Whoops. That is not the description. Why didn't I copy the subscription? Copy. Dude, my keyboard keeps going out. I'm really sad. My Razer keyboard, the keys are dying. Okay. Game reviews. This is going to be something I'm going to add soonish, where people who are at this tier and above, including students who are getting lessons, will be able to submit games to a pool, and I'll probably review like maybe 2 to 3 games per stream from that pool. So that's something that will be coming soonish. That way people can get their games reviewed for a lot less than a lesson cost. Thank you for the follow. I do have a game review pack as well, which is basically 3 games. It kind of guarantees you get your game reviewed instead of just putting into a pool that I pick from. And then I do 3 of yours at a time to give you kind of overall advice. Supporter, and you still get access to the game review pool. Save. And then the next one is going to be the actual lessons, which also come with all previous things. I've been forgetting to freaking fill out the stripe. Okay, and finally the 4 lessons a month or 2 2-hour lessons a month. That's not it. Game review and game review. Okay, and now that should all be there. So yeah, if you're interested in supporting me and what I do, you can get access to the VODs. Oh, that's Mega Dragon. You can get access to the VODs here for just $3 a month. And the higher you support, the more stuff I get to give you. And then, of course, Mega Dragon, which is the first one I linked, is a way to do Go problems. And you can do 20 problems an hour for free, so you can do like literally hundreds, maybe even 1,000 a month if you are dedicated. Completely for free. And if you want to support on there, you can do so as well, and it is appreciated. With that, I'm going to take a small break before my next lesson, and I will be back shortly. Okay. Ah, got a hair.
Hey, happy Friday.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday. Okay, let me just turn you up just a little bit. All right, and here is the video link.
Okay, I can see your screen.
Okay. Last time we talked, your opponent evades your framework, but you do not get the profit. Trust in the caps. Okay, wasting a lot of moves in the middle game, and surround the opponent in capping moves. How do you think we did with that?
So I feel like the last week I had some, good reviews where I was finding wasted moves. I probably have done
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 reviews of that, and it was easily for me to identify where I was like, oh gosh, that's so obviously bad.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I did that without the AI on. I mean, I was just looking at the
Good.
board without any tips. Um, so that felt good. I did not really have any. I didn't notice, although I was thinking about it, this idea of like someone jumping into my framework and then tapping them. That really didn't seem like it happened.
Okay.
What I noticed though was some of the big resignations I did
Mm-hmm.
were just like blatant. Like I knew exactly what I did wrong, and most of the time it was playing too much towards killing a group rather
Mm.
than just profiting.
Yeah. Step 1 is to
Um,
attack. Step 2 is to not kill.
yeah. So I feel like, and it's weird because I remember a moment in last week's lesson where the capping procedure felt like it was it wasn't surrounding someone, it was like directing them out into an area. And so I feel like I'm still pretty fundamentally confused about the idea of attacking for profit, attacking in a direction that's
Mm-hmm.
valuable to me versus attacking in a way that, let's say does surround them, but or the other way around. So in other words, the difference in the direction of attack. I mean, so there are some examples here, even just recently, where I resigned, where I was like so obviously overplaying and trying to bloodlust, kill the person,
Mm-hmm.
and then leaving weaknesses behind and just not
Okay.
making any profit at all.
It does sound like we're having good progress though, because you are attacking, and now we'll have positions to analyze, and then you're just going to improve your attacking
Review
as we go.
started.
Mhm.
Okay.
I like your new
Oh,
Your new
thank you.
board design.
Now if I can just remember to stop using the number lock when it's not on.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Okay, this particular game I don't remember, but there were a couple that I went back and looked at, and I was like, oh gosh, yeah, what am I
I
doing?
wouldn't do this one.
You would, okay.
This is a move, but it's going to get you in trouble at this level.
Yeah, okay.
Just make a
Better to
base.
get
Yeah,
make a base.
just get a base.
I know. Yeah, for sure.
Because this is, I think, a lot of... I don't think 11Q can handle this move. This is really difficult.
Okay.
Yeah, see, no, now you've wasted a move. Now this
Yep.
move is useless. The follow-up here is to go here.
Ooh.
Yeah, just don't play this fourth line move.
Okay. Okay.
Just make your base and play big moves.
Okay.
Good. 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 All right. You didn't cap.
Yep. Right, I didn't do it.
Oh, don't push diagonals. That's a very bad habit. You make your
Okay.
opponent stronger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But I think this actually was the game where I felt like I had a lot of opportunity to put pressure on those 3 stones,
Mhm.
and then they wind up living, and then I wind up having nothing.
Well, they're supposed to live. Right now, though, your profit is destroying this black square. So, for example, let's look right here. This square is looking like it's black's control, right?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes the profit can be just taking your opponent's square away from them.
Okay.
So right here, you took the square. I think it's pretty good. Now your opponent's ignoring the weak group. Also, this one's not as severe. You either want to go here or you want to go here. I think this one's good because then we could start surrounding again.
Oh, yeah. You know, that instinct, what you just showed, that sequence of surrounding, looks so amazing to me. Like, I'm like, why didn't I think of that? You know, like, but it makes perfect sense what you're doing. And I'm just like kicking myself, and I'm like, oh yeah, why didn't I do that? Anyway, but it's really good to show me that. Thank you. That's great. Turn instead of diagonal when you're just trying to separate.
I like this move. This one's good.
Okay. And again, so now I felt like I was out on the bottom, and it was separating his 2 groups, the bottom and the middle, the floating group. And now I was like, okay, well, what's a gentle way to just keep the pressure on that group, but yet, not be cuttable?
Right.
So that was.
This is the capping move to the 1-space jump, is to take the dog space.
Okay.
Very nice. Your opponent played a cuttable shape.
Yeah, so I figured, oh, this is great. And I backed up to stay connected. I thought there was a lot of different ways I could have played this, but anyway, whatever.
Yeah. One more, and then cut.
Okay.
Because you don't want to get surrounded in Sente. When black plays here, you have to fix, and now your stone is only 1 stone that's cut off instead of 2 stones that are cut off.
Gotcha.
It's very close, though.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, we want to capitalize on the cutting points, so that's a good habit. We don't need to save every stone.
Okay.
If it's not a cutting stone, don't bother. Just cap again. And now look, here's your profit.
Oh, so, that was the aha moment that I missed. Don't worry about cutting stones.
No, do worry about cutting stones. This is not a cutting stone.
No, but my... Oh, right. In other words, but that white stone, my F8, is not cutting any group.
Exactly.
Right? It's not a cutting stone. Yeah. Okay.
It's not a cutting stone, not a vital point. There's no reason to save it. Ooh, your opponent has made the save. Oh, no, don't do this. Do not peep a cutting point. If the cutting point...
Right, so those 3 stones would have been really sad had I just cut them directly.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
That was what I should have done.
So cutting points are the key to attack and defense, right?
Okay.
So one thing that you do need to be cautious of, if the cut doesn't immediately kill something, which in this case it actually might, but if the cut doesn't immediately kill something, you want to say, okay, let's check the timing. And to check the timing, you want to say, who has control of this square in front of you? Who has control of the cutting point square? And if it's you, go for it. If it's your opponent, don't. If it's shared, probably go for it. Right? So only if your opponent controls this area do you not go for the cut.
Oh, because of the way if the opponent fights back, then the battle kind of extends into that square.
Exactly.
And if they have a lot over there, then it's bad for me. But if
Right.
I have a lot over there, then I can probably connect to something.
And if both players
Okay,
share
okay.
it, then you have one weak group, they have two, so the fight's going to be good for you.
Okay, that's a great another aha moment. I love that. Cool.
Okay. Regardless, if you can't cut it right now, leave it. Maybe you cut it later. But this fixes everything on your opponent's position.
Okay.
So it's
yeah,
really bad to peep a cutting point. The only time you do a forcing move like this, where you peep, is when you will never, ever, ever get any more value in this area aside from the peep, or if it supports something else that you are doing.
Like
a lot of
getting
time,
eye space,
do what?
like on the second line, like getting eye space or like
Right, if you need eye space, if it helps you run
Yeah,
away
yeah.
faster, if it helps you get around
Yeah.
something faster, then yeah, you can do it.
Right.
But
Okay.
doing peeps willy-nilly, it just helps your opponent. It's really bad for you. Because the entire middle game is using your opponent's weaknesses. If you're fixing them with peeps, you are taking away everything that you can do in the middle game.
Gotcha.
This one is not good.
And so let me explain the thinking here. So I still perceived that lower right square as being, contested. I felt like my left side was fine, like strong. I didn't need anything more on the left side. So I just felt like, okay, let's just kind of keep the pressure on what I still perceived as the weakest group on the board.
You put the pressure on it. That's not the issue.
Okay.
So the issue is, like you said, this is shared, right? So that means it's cut in half. So that's not valuable enough.
It's like dame. It's like dame. Okay.
Yeah, it's not valuable enough. If you can only get half of it, then it's not
Right.
worth it. So in that case, it's done. That square is now done.
Big move somewhere else.
Right. So only this square and this square is left.
So I like to shoulder hit the K17.
Here?
Is that the right move right now, or no?
I think it's good.
Curious. Okay.
So here's where we're going to get into what makes Go so hard.
Okay.
This peep is good. Because now, whenever your opponent tries to go in, you'll have support to sacrifice that to build the area.
Oh, gotcha.
If you don't know, don't peep. If you're not sure, don't do it. You have to know that this is going to be valuable. The other reason is you can never, ever, ever cut this. So it's okay.
Yeah.
Does
I wind up. I think that G9 space becomes what I thought was like a throw in to remove an eye. So you'll see it.
It's already not an eye because you have the corners.
Right. Okay.
So it's already a false eye.
Okay.
So yeah, I think shoulder hit would be quite good because you are trying to gain control of this square, and your opponent wants to stop that, but all they have to stop it is this weak group.
Yep.
And so what they're going to do is they're going to run into this, and you're going to get fourth line territory while they're doing it.
Okay,
And
cool. Let's
you see that left side?
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah,
Okay.
very cool.
This is against. Okay, so we're going to make a note of that.
Wrong direction. Yeah.
No, it's not wrong direction. It's in the middle of the fight. You are saving single stones that are not cutting stones. Okay, you're losing valuable timings. Right now,
So say that. So say that like the reverse of that. What you wrote, like the reverse of that.
Is this a cutting stone?
No.
Okay, then don't worry about it.
So in other words, so the positive, like the affirmative way of thinking about it is, don't waste moves saving non-cutting stones.
Right.
Right. Okay.
You can just
okay.
attack. So to be consistent with what you were doing, if you're aiming at this square, that move would be here.
Okay.
If you go here, you save the cutting stone, that is a cutting point. The best way to live is through your opponent's cutting points, if possible. Because then your opponent has to defend themselves, and so you live in Sente.
Okay, so let me make sure I want to think that through. So if I do a one space jump and they Atari me directly, then it's okay to lose that one stone because I'm building. Okay.
As long as you're getting profit, it doesn't matter. Here, your profit's very small though, so but it's still fine. Right. It's a starting point. Even if we get only a little bit of profit, we're learning, so it's part of the process.
Okay. So I love the idea of the J, trying to think of the J10, at least in this case, once I already had done it, use that as the sacrifice, and like figure out the most advantageous way of sacrificing it. Okay.
This one is not a cap.
Okay.
So the escape route is that way, and that way, right? So this doesn't stop them from escaping.
Gotcha.
So it's not a cap. A cap is a surrounding tactic. So this would be the cap.
Right. So this goes back to like a fundamental misunderstanding, I think, that I have. Part of it is that I watched, like maybe 5 years ago, I got into this like routine of watching all these shape videos, like shape discussions. And so to me, that move, what is it, F11, just looked like such a cool vital point shape move. Like, so that's kind of why it was like my eye was just drawn to it. I was like, ooh, that must be a cool move. But your point about evaluating, well, what is the escape route? Where do I want a stone to block the escape?
Right. Well, the reason it looks good to you is because this is capping the dog's face, right? It's like down here. You capped the dog's face. Right. The problem isn't that the shape is ugly or pretty or whatever. The problem is you are using a shape, which is a tool in a toolbox, or you're using a hammer to screw in a nail. So it doesn't work. You have to use the right tool for the right job.
Okay. So can you go back to the H14 cap that you showed?
H14.
That was the last one that you did, the last variation you did. Yeah, okay. So when I look at that, I think to myself, wow, like, what if he runs to the left?
Oh, that would be perfect, because now we get Sente.
But so what I think of is I don't realize that I can do 3. Like I'm picturing 1 forcing him around, and then I continue to play on the outside, like on F14, and then he winds up killing.
So now we're getting into the stuff that we need to learn next. Okay. This is correct when there's a square right here to build, but there's nothing right here. There's no square right there, right? That's the edge. So we've run out of room. If we've run out of room, then we don't need thickness facing nothing. We need thickness facing, like, on the right side. You made thickness facing this section. So that's going to support that section. Whatever happens here, your thickness will support. Okay? What is going to happen up here?
Okay, so say I do the D12 response correctly. Let's say I do D12, and then he keeps running to the top. And then eats that 1 stone. But
you don't have to save everything. It's not a cutting stone. You've already gotten profit. So now you can keep getting profit.
Okay.
And then once they're alive, just keep getting profit.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. See, like that sequence just I can't imagine that. So
well, this is also like if your opponent did this, it would be perfect, but this is also like an optimal your opponent does everything you want sequence. But this is kind of the concept. Now, let's say I wanted thickness instead. What would that look like? Well, if I wanted thickness, that would look maybe something like this. Okay, and then I get thickness. And now you can see that I've gotten this. So the idea is to pick what you want.
Right.
Thickness is good to go to the open area. After half the center is done, territory is usually the answer. And when I say territory, I mean Sente territory. It has to be Sente, not Gote.
Right.
Sente territory, when 2 squares are already done, is a good idea.
So now, if you're black in response to D12 or whatever that was, D13, D12, if you once white has that left side, black has to go to the right, right? Like,
are you asking 11Q me, or are you asking Don me? Like, there's two different answers.
Yeah, okay, so what would 11Q black do once I play D12?
Okay, so the Clossius approach says to run away, so we want to run to the open section. This is where our friends are. I don't want to run that way. That's already wrong. Because that's where the enemy is. Okay?
Right.
Okay, so now I want to go that way, but I don't want to get cut. If we get cut, that is bad. So, here.
And then the reason why you have to do a diagonal there is because you're only one space jump away from...
Yeah, if I go here, that's a double...
That's a cuttable. Right.
I could go here, but that's one line further away from my friends.
Right, okay.
I can't go here because that's a cutting point. That's a cuttable shape.
Right. Okay.
Maybe even here.
Cool. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's fair. Thank you. That's great. Very cool. I get it.
Okay. Oh, here's where you're thinking about the eye.
And there's where, there's...
This is like, not good. Don't even worry about the eyes until it's surrounded.
Okay.
If you could do this in Sente, and there's never going to be another forcing move, sure. But this is very Gote, and it doesn't get you any profit.
It's another waste, a big wasted move. So, like, what's it? Q10...
Well, it's worse. It's worse than a wasted move. It's -1 point. But here's profit.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
Don't push from behind. You want to jump ahead as soon as you can. As soon as the cutting points don't work, you want to jump ahead.
Okay.
If you're worried about the cutting points, then you play a knight's move. That way you're getting around with only one cutting point, which is easier to read. But the more you push from behind, the more you're losing the fight. Ooh. Who controls the area, though? Difficult, but... What? I don't know what that does. I don't know what that does. I'm looking at this cut.
Yeah.
But maybe we don't have enough control here, so maybe save it for later. 1 square left. Maybe some shoulder hits would look good.
Yeah.
Get something? Yeah, this one's just wasting moves. Well, you're playing in-game. This one has too many cutting points. You need to Nobi once and then block. But this is going to be tactics, which is go problems.
Okay.
Actually, what if I just go here first? Yeah, it's also dangerous for black, so I don't know about the timing, but you can see there's lots of potential for things to go bad. So you don't need that much Aji. If you're gonna fix, I would fix here. Now there's only one cutting point. If you fix here, there's 2 cutting points.
Yep, good point.
Okay, shoulder hit is good. If they do this, you can threaten once, and maybe even go... Maybe not there, I guess you can only threaten once, and then you can jump. I don't know. But it's fine. Not a huge deal. Just don't die. Oh, that is a huge blunder. If you have to pay that much tax, don't ignore. That is a huge difference.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I didn't win this game.
Okay, this one's good. I would rather go here, though. This one has a more connected. This one would be good if I'm putting pressure on this, but that's a wall. That is not a weak group.
Gotcha.
Are you still... What?
Well, I thought that he would have to go back because he wouldn't want me to go in.
Why? This is a wall. That's not a weak group.
Okay, gotcha.
So I just walk
But he
in.
should have played. Yeah, he should have gone in mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should have blocked.
Okay.
You guys
So
did
you're getting
anyway.
cut, and this is where we
Yep.
access our Go problem knowledge. Oh. No, I think this is going to be. Okay, let me read this. There. That's not good. There. Too little liberties. There. Ah. Okay, then don't Atari. If you can't net it, don't Atari. Just run away.
Mm.
Don't help your opponent attack you.
Okay.
Now you're the one who got net. This is a little bit awkward now. So I guess if black just goes right here, it's threatening to capture the cutting stones.
Bummer. I just stayed connected, and he never did. I don't think he ever. Well, I can't remember what happened.
Well, it also depends on if your opponent's doing Go problems. I mean,
Yeah.
they might. I don't. It's a Cosmo grandma, so maybe they're doing Go problems in space. I don't know. Ooh, this is a mistake by black.
I think I wound up being okay in this regard, but
You don't need to Atari.
yeah, I
just-
don't need to.
Go here.
Yeah.
Capture the cutting stones. Cutting stones are worth getting.
Yep.
And it's also running away while staying connected. This is running towards
Yeah.
black again. I think you have a habit of thinking that the group's going to run towards the opponent. It needs to run to their friends. Yeah, you need to be running to your friends, not to the enemy.
When I have a weak group, and you're saying
Right.
So we're still evaluating that as a weak group, and
Right.
obviously it is. Okay, I gotcha.
I have no idea why you would Tanuki at this timing.
Yeah, excuse me. I think I just perceived. Excuse me. I think I was perceiving that center white group with the bamboo. I thought that group was like much stronger than those 4 black stones in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But I really that was a bad judgment because I think
No, it's correct. I mean, if you play first, clearly you win the fight.
Yeah.
But
I don't. But I
just
don't-
because you're
but I-
stronger doesn't mean you can ignore.
Right. I think he winds up getting that vital point. The 08.
Yeah.
08 is. I think he.
It's
does
one
that.
thing to be stronger. It's another thing to be strong enough to ignore.
Right.
Bamboo? Or yeah, close to bamboo, but table. It's the table
Yeah.
shape.
Yeah.
That is a Hane into your opponent's area. Cutting points are a thing. Oops. Oh, your opponent also cutting point messed up. Whoa! Why not?
I should have done that. I know.
You're 9x9 basics.
Silly.
This one's playing too fast.
Mm-hmm. And also, like, way past move 70.
No, I think you made it pretty far before you made a lower level blunder. I think right now you're just thinking about weight groups. I don't like this move. This is a good way to die. Because you're lowering your own liberties. So pushing into a stone takes... kind of lowers liberty shape. Now in this case it looks okay. But let's imagine one more stone. And imagine I go here.
Yep.
You see how
Yeah,
like I'm
that would be
starting to
very
make Tasujis happen? It's because you only have 3 liberties.
Yep.
So you got to be careful. With 3 liberties or less, that's where Tasujis can happen.
Yep.
This is how things start dying.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I don't know why he. Yeah, I mean, he was making or they were making mistakes too, for sure. But yeah. Meanwhile, we still haven't dealt with the center white
Yeah,
group.
That's an
not-
Atari, so there's no Tasuji. Okay, so if this black group's
That's good.
escaped,
Yeah,
it can
then
now
I'm dead.
come back and cut you over here.
Right, I know, and I know that in like looking at it logically now, but in the game, I just never, I don't always. Obviously, I'm working on it, but I don't see that as much as I would like.
Right.
Let's put it that way. I'm still working on it.
You're not going to be able to for probably a little bit. If you could do this, then maybe you'd be 5Q.
Yeah, it makes so much more sense to play right now to play like 08 or 09. Like
Exactly.
totally, I get that.
Right.
I totally get that.
So it's a lot easier to understand a position when a teacher walks you through it, but also like I'm giving you ideas, so you'll learn with experience and reviews and experience and reviews. If weak group awareness was an issue, then I would recommend playing like large handicap stones. Because if you play someone like 8 ranks or 9 ranks stronger than you, they're going to be much better at attacking. And if they're good at it, they'll start splitting the board into multiple weak groups that you have to keep track of. So you'll constantly have to be balanced multiple weak groups. So it's really good practice for that. However, right now we're trying to learn how to profit, not keep track of everything. Just make sure nothing dies, and that's usually going to be okay.
Mm-hmm. I still didn't realize it was a weak group. That's so annoying. We're still playing endgame.
This is not good endgame. You're not cuttable.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want second line. Second line. This is technically a second line, but we don't want to play again because it's Gote. First line. First line. This is Black's second line, but this one we can take away because there's nothing else to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be the in-game.
Gotcha. And there you got that final move. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Now I'm toast.
You're not in a comfortable position.
Yeah.
And your opponent's using cutting points.
Yeah. And now I die. I resign. That's fine, I think. I forget when I resign.
Small blunder. Yeah, I don't think we have any tactics with this at this level. Oh, nice. Nice effort. Oh, you got to go all out. Like, you're going to lose the game. If they want to tack that stone, then who cares? Like, this is the thing that's dying. We need to fight these, but yeah.
Yeah.
Don't help them connect. If it's not going to cut, then leave it alone.
Okay.
It is like super emergency, ignore everything. Yeah,
No,
this one doesn't work, but it's a good effort.
I thought there was something tricky there, but there wasn't.
Yeah, it's fine. You're desperate for something, so it's fine to poke the Aji.
Yep.
I think here, probably something like that.
Oh yeah, that would have been interesting.
Now there's 2 cutting points.
Yeah.
But it's really difficult, I think.
Yeah. Well, so the big aha for this one was just weak group awareness in the middle and not running in that direction.
That would be that. This is all like advanced stuff to get yourself out of bad situation, but right now we just need to not get in a bad situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got that down. So let's look at another one. It's another game.
Review started.
Okay. Good. Everything looking good so far. Go high. You have a friend.
Yep. I very rarely remember to that 3-4 line thing, but yeah.
Your opponent too. Your opponent too. I don't think it gets much flatter than that.
Nope.
Why here?
Well, I just felt like, extension.
That's not an extension.
Oh. Okay.
1 stone jumps 2 is for a base. Extensions are 4 space or 5 space jumps.
But I mean, doesn't it kind of like set me up to put some pressure on the M3 stone group?
Okay, if you want to put pressure, put pressure. Be in their face. No, I don't want to recommend the attach. That's not good. Okay, so let's be in their face and then chase them up, right? That would be a way to do it. We could also just cap right now. But this is also a little difficult to attack. So I think maybe don't be impatient for it.
Okay.
It's let's look at the board. Let's see, squares. Let's draw the squares. Boom and boom.
Mhm.
All right.
So the only ones, I mean, the upper ones are slightly better for white, and the lower ones are very slightly better for black, right?
This one can't be better for black if black's the weaker one. Black might destroy it, but black can't gain something there. That is your area of control. You are the strong one here.
Okay, I got you.
Okay. So here's where we get into probably we're going to need game experience. You have to be creative with what you want to do, especially in a very neutral board like this. When you're in a neutral board like this, you want to start looking for forcing moves. So this one is a common one. Immediately just doing that already looks like you're building something now.
Okay. But doesn't that leave that Q5
Ah,
annoying thing?
yes, it does.
But the cut doesn't work.
Hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
Now, this one I just know because I've played it enough times, but yes, you need to know that this does not work. If it does work, this would be a terrible move. So you have to know that it's okay. If you didn't, you would build here.
Gotcha.
Because that makes a lot more sense.
Right.
Right? Easy to read.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
You
But
could also think about here.
that. Yeah.
So that's the idea, is you're looking for forcing moves to build. If you can chase a weak group, that's also good. So maybe you could come up with something. I'm not sure.
Well, so what about, because they have so many low stones on the left, what about either shoulder hit or a cap, like a fifth line cap of any of those?
Sure. The only reason I didn't think of it is because that's low. If this was high, that would really help the square.
Oh, yeah.
With it being
okay.
low, black can shoulder hit. Or even attach. But it's okay. No, your idea is good. Don't worry about it. We don't need the perfect square. We just need a square.
Gotcha.
Okay, you're trying to surround. That's good. Following up your idea. I don't know if I agree with it, but you're following it up. Ooh, black helped you. How nice. Okay, there's some profit. That's good. Your opponent ran with a knight's move. Check the cutting points. This is okay. Make sure you're okay first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now there's some super cutting points. What? This one I don't like. This one doesn't do anything. You're not cuttable.
Okay.
What are you protecting?
Yep. Fair enough. I don't know. I just felt like a J2 Hane and then would be annoying because then he could cut instead of doing 4.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
yeah.
Are you sure?
Well, then I cut back.
If you
No,
cut, oh, you're looking at this?
I was looking at something very annoying where he would be like really strong.
Gotcha. Okay, so just do this first.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So that's the sequence
Okay.
that you just played. I did not see. So I
Right.
felt like
Okay, I understand. I understand.
The H5 move was just to be like super safe. Like
Okay. Acceptable answer. Acceptable answer. Defense first.
Okay. Okay.
Um.
And then I was like,
Okay. How do they cut you now? You fixed it. You don't have to finish playing out the sequence. Once it's fixed, it's fixed.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. It's okay now.
Okay.
Don't spend a lot of moves to fix it.
What if they do G5 right now?
G5. Right here?
Yeah.
Well, then you fix.
And then it's totally still connected.
Right. The moment you're connected, leave.
Okay. All right.
So
Good
if
deal.
you said the problem was H3 cutting point, the H3
Yeah.
cutting point is now fixed.
Okay.
If they go here, oh crap. If they go here, and you ignore, and you're like, hey, they can cut me, like something like that. I don't know. They can cut me, right? If that's what you're worried about, okay. And you can't save it because of that. Okay. maybe, I don't know, maybe that's what you read. Then sure, now you can fix. But the moment you're connected, the moment you say, I cannot be cut, and you want to realize that as soon as possible, then you want to leave. And this is a good lesson because the better we can read, the more we can read, the more moves we get in the game.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? So the sooner we solve the cutting point, the sooner we solve the life and death problem, the sooner we get to play somewhere else first. And if we can just read better than our opponent, we're just going to get more moves.
Yep.
All right, so here, your opponent still has that Knight's move. I really want to cut it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all of those you didn't need.
Yeah.
Why are you going here?
I know, it's stupid. I know. I thought,
Okay, so you
What
don't
did I
see the
think?
Knight's move.
yeah, I don't see that there's cuttable, and I also am feeling like, well, I think my thought process, I don't remember, but I think my thought process was build strength and then attack. I still felt like that
Okay, this is something I think a lot of people do, is they're like, oh, I want to do this thing, so let me prepare for it. No, do it or don't do it. Don't play prep moves. Prep moves are bad. They waste time.
Okay,
Either do it or don't do it.
gotcha. Okay.
Okay, good shoulder hit. Good jump, yep, all good.
Yeah, so then
I want to go here. Okay, one space jump to one space jump. Whoever wedges first has better shape.
Okay.
You have no cutting points. They have 2 cutting points.
Yep.
Also, this square is looking very much in Black's favor. And if you just keep running up like you're doing...
I'm gonna get around it, yeah.
No, you're not going to get surrounded. You're just going to give Black the square.
Yeah.
Black actually might just go here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Fair enough.
crap. But okay, that's not the end of the world, because right now we're working on something else. Okay, this one is not good. Why?
Because the F11 cut works. Well, that works for black.
It's cuttable. And to make it worse, Black controls this square.
So
You
I
are
jumped
getting-
out too far into his area.
Just go here.
Yeah.
Be intentional about your Hanes and Knights moves, because they are the way groups die.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, yeah, this was.
This is a peep, so does it help you? I think yes, because it helps you build this area. Also, you are now cutting this group again, so it's a little bit... Nope, don't save it, though. Second.
Yeah.
Squeeze it. Squeeze the Ataris and get this area.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I gotta remember that. True. And then he winds up getting in. I know.
Yeah, so now your 2 stones have actually hurt you more than helped you, because if you imagine just a one-space jump...
Yeah.
Yeah, so now you've actually lost value because of them. You're not cuttable, so why are you fixing there? You're cuttable here. I want to fix here. I don't... How am I going to get cut there?
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're wasting moves to make shape. I'm not sure what you're trying to do, but it feels small. Reed, I think you're past move 70 now. Your quality's dropping.
Yeah.
And this is not endgame. There's still one more square to go.
Oh, yeah.
This is too soon. Oh, you're... Whoa! Your opponent let you fix. Everything's connected now.
I know.
But you're like, in-game! In-game! Who cares if I'm gonna die? Remember, step 1 of the Clossius approach is don't die.
I know.
Your opponent responded. Oh my gosh. How many points is this?
It's a lot of points.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And if I cut this way, it's actually 22, 24, 26. Like, it's an insane amount of points. So,
no.
almost 30 points.
Wow.
And the monkey jump's just 12 points. And that's assuming it's Sente, which this one is not. So it's like 6 points. 6 points to 30 points.
Oh my gosh. Oh, and then he cut.
Yeah, okay. I actually think your opponent was like, oh, monkey, my opponent did this. Okay, respond to it and then get the thing. No, just get the thing. Don't worry about 6 points. Just get the thing. Not all second line cutting points work.
Yeah. I thought there was something there, but there wasn't.
Yeah. So definitely more Go problems. I don't know why. I think maybe you're playing too fast. I don't know. This does not look good though. This is clearly a Salvatore.
Right, I know. It's
so it means something is wrong. Either you're playing too fast, or you're distracted, or your environment's loud, your screen's too small. I don't know. But okay, this is move 110. That's not right. Well, that's weird. It didn't load the entire game.
You have some sort of thing that consumes the duration of the move?
Yeah, it's bugged out, but yeah, it used to work a lot better, but it got broke.
That's crazy.
I have not taken the time to fix it.
It's like an API that.
Yeah, I get the API from. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize, but now the AI actually shows you the move when you click it, so you can actually see the AI's move at this particular move. That's cool.
That's cool.
But clearly you can see it's broke, and I have not taken the time to fix it because I've been working on some Mega Dragon. So that's why I haven't been like super shouting it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, technically that exists. But as you can see, it's kind of broken. Oh, what was your average time? Where'd that game go? Right here. Your average time, you were white, 5.5 seconds.
I think I always play too fast online.
Yeah. You have an infinite amount of 30 seconds, right?
I know. Well, I'm playing
infinite 20 seconds.
That's what's going. Yeah.
Oh, no, it increments by 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You have an infinite amount of 30 seconds. So you're wasting 25 seconds a move.
I know, it's crazy. And the problem is that like when I play in person, it's much more thoughtful. Like, and then everyone at the club is like, "You're way better than a 10 or 11 Q," and I'm like, "Well, it's because
if you give yourself 3 times as much time to play, then sure."
Right.
But we can click a lot faster than we can place a stone.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna start playing with a physical board in front of me, I think.
No, that's not good. Anything that makes you look away from the board on the monitor or whatever is not good.
Okay.
Right. Just focus on playing and just build the discipline to not play immediately.
Okay.
Ideally, you want your average time to be 12 seconds or more. I think that's a good passable score.
Okay.
Some moves you want 20s and maybe 40s and 60s, but the average you want at least 12 seconds in an ideal scenario. And you're playing peeps. Don't need to. You're. I don't know what you're doing. Black's alive. Oh, you're trying to attack. Okay.
Yeah.
But Black's alive. This is not a bulky 5.
Because that's already. I think that's why I did that. I thought it would be.
That is a living shape. Because this is an illegal move for you to play, so you cannot make it a bulky 5.
Yep.
So you are attacking a living group. You are capping a living group. Yeah, it's not even that the attacking is wrong, it's that you're attacking something that's alive.
Yep. Very sad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, you're not fixing your cutting points. Okay, this is a common thing that happens. We learn how to attack. And now we've been given this great power. And so we go nuts with it. But remember lesson 1, don't die. Which means if you are dead at the end of the game, looks like you died here, right? If you're dead at the end of the game, you don't need to be thinking about working on attacking. Focus on if you die, focus on the next game to just get to the end of the game without dying. Don't worry about winning. Get to the end of the game without dying. Do that every time you die. It doesn't matter if you lose another game, just get to the end without dying, because if you die, then it doesn't matter about attacking. You want to attack from strong groups.
Yep.
Okay. So that should hopefully lessen the resignations, because we're a little too many. It could be worse, but we want this to be a little bit better. I much prefer 13.5. I know down here, 65 is a little much. 3.5, 14.5, 19.5, 27.5 is also pretty good. 46 is a bit on the high end, so I'd like it to be a little bit lower than that, but 40 or less is usually what we want to aim for. If we can do 40 or less consistently, then our game is really good. Then from there, we just have to add on things without forgetting about defense. So right now you're trying to add on offense, but don't drop defense while you're doing it. You're learning to juggle now. You have to juggle 2 concepts, offense and defense, but don't drop the ball. Especially on defense. If you're going to drop something, drop the offense. Defense will lose you the game. Offense, you'll just not get profit. Defense, you lose the game. So definitely don't drop defense. Okay, let's see. We talked about... you're not cutting... don't let groups die while you are attacking. Defense is a higher priority. Don't attack living groups. Okay. I'd say probably another concept would be once 2 center squares are done, if you are attacking for profit, aim for Sente territory over influence. Okay? Because the influence is to support the next thing. But if you're in the last square, then there is no next thing. The next thing's endgame. So there's no influence supporting endgame thing. So you just cash out and then start endgame. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. So can you scroll so I can see 3.3?
Yep.
The note. So, 2 center squares. So once the 2 of the 4. So the idea of Sente territory. There was one game we looked at earlier where there was a cap, and then Black was trying to move, to get out. Then there was a move that was like a fourth line cash move on the left side.
Right. Fourth line territory in Sente is great profit.
Let me. I guess the question though was whether or not, like, other 12 Qs or 10 Qs would look at that example of a fourth line move and call that a Sente move. Like,
well, let's talk about that for a second. If you ever get on Fox,
it was obviously a cash move, because it was one space jumps all along the fourth line, and there was like some third line stones nearby too. So I get that it was cash, but I don't know why it would be considered Sente.
Well, that all depends on your follow-up. If you play an attacking move and your opponent ignores and you can't follow it up, that means either 1, it wasn't an attacking move, or 2, you are blindly playing things and you haven't learned how to surround and potentially kill a group. Because a lot of times, if you ignore a weak group, it can die.
Right. So in the case of that example earlier to this lesson, once I made that fourth line left side move, then if black ignored, then there was an additional capping move to the upper right of that black group that was trying to run to the upper right.
There was, you could have surrounded it more, and then black was eyeless, and if it's eyeless and surrounded, it's dangerous.
Okay. So the reason why that would be considered a Sente territory, I'm trying to understand more clearly what you mean when you say Sente territory.
I'm getting territory while forcing you to respond to something. If you don't respond to it, I'm going to play a very severe move that is bigger in value than the big move.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's what makes it Sente. Nothing is Sente if you don't have a follow-up.
So can you go back to that game? Do you remember that which one that was? I think it was Cosmo. I think it was Cosmo. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Cosmo.
Yeah, it was.
It was before. Oh, it was? Okay. So, yeah, so this weak group that was going along there was a sequence you showed that I think it was like D12 or D13. Yeah, the cap and then the D. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
So let's say black ignores, plays like a big move somewhere else.
What, here?
Yeah, like there. And then my move would be what, like K13?
Just around.
Okay. K13.
Shut the door.
Yeah.
Okay, you gonna ignore me again? Okay. How many times are you gonna ignore me?
Right, no. That makes sense. So those are that just clarifies what you're talking about. I like that concrete example.
If you can't follow it up, you either need a more powerful attack or a more powerful follow-up. Okay? So you should always... Huh?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, you should always, like, if you're black in this position, you should always be thinking, okay, I want to ignore. Ignoring is much better than defense, okay? Ignoring's great. It gets you value. But it is your responsibility to not die now. You have to fix this group. It is your tax. If you can afford the tax, go for it. It's great. And that depends on your life and death and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But if you can't, then the tax collector is going to come and either kill you or get a lot of value out of it. Now, you as the tax collector, if no one's paying you taxes and you can't get it out of them, then you're going to go broke. Right?
And
so, that's the balance. You have to force them to respond.
So let's say black plays that G17 move that you already showed. And then, to me, I look at that number one stone now as being potentially cut off. It has two ways to run, so maybe it's
that's why I didn't play that. That's a knight's move. I recognize the weakness, so I play connected shape.
Okay, but what about F14?
Okay, but now he gets out that way.
So you letting him run, okay.
If you think this is enough, you can do it. But I think I would rather keep him cut off.
Oh, wow. Gotcha.
Yeah, but this comes with practice. You're not going to be able to just immediately know the follow-up. You're going to have to play something. Your opponent's going to have to ignore it. And you're going to have to try to attack it, likely fail, and then learn more powerful follow-ups as you go. But if you never attack, you never learn the follow-ups. So that's kind of the annoying thing.
And the other part of it too, right, is that the attack. If you're attacking and maybe either not overplay, but just attack in a way that's cuttable, and the group lives because you have 3 or 4 stones that die, and it's like, oh, too bad.
Yeah. And to make it even more complicated, when you get stronger, you're going to want to ignore sooner. So let's say your opponent attacks you here. You're like, well, I want the big move, regardless of where it is. But if I defend, my opponent's going to get profit. Where are they weak? They have a knight's move right here. Let's try to break out here. Maybe something like that. And let's try to use that weakness to save myself in Sente. All right, now I'm saved. Now I can go here.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Right, so that way you try to save yourself in Sente. Or maybe you make an exchange. There's not a good example here, but maybe you're like, hey, I'm going to go here. You respond, and now I'm going to Tanuki. If you attack me, this activates, right? whatever. And if you don't attack me, then I've lost nothing. Sometimes that's a strategy. So it's all about that riding that fine line between Sente and Gote. If your reading is good, you can ignore a lot of stuff. If your reading is bad or your shape is bad, when you ignore, if you face someone who's good at attacking, you're going to die. Right? So the Clossius approach is your shortcut to finding decent answers. The best answer is always going to be read it out.
Yeah.
The better you can read, the better your moves are. And Clossius approach gives you a starting point.
Yeah, makes sense. So let me ask you this: what if Black plays? I'm trying to read out Black to J11
Right here.
right now. Yeah.
Okay.
And then where does White go to like?
I think there's lots of options. So first off, are these 2 stones worth saving? They're not cutting stones. So I'm going to say no. What about just going here?
Okay.
Our opponent does what? Here?
Well, I think that. So if I'm Black and I'm still worried about the life of that middle group, I push again, J11.
Okay, and then I go here.
Right. And then
2 Tanukis is a good profit too. If you get 2 Tanukis out of it, that's good profit.
Okay.
Like that's a
And now
pretty big corner.
And yeah, but now the question is, okay, so maybe Black to J or K14?
K14. Okay, and I either might go for the square or might just start in game. Right, I'm just ahead, so I can just start the in game and finish the game.
So the game is okay. White won already. Yeah.
Well, no, but that is my winning
But
condition.
White looks like
That is my statement that I'm saying I have enough points to win. So if I can start in game and finish the game, I will win. Therefore, that is a strategy I'm going to aim for, and it's Black's job to disrupt that strategy.
Yeah.
Right. So can't say it's won. It is up to you and your opponent to prove it or not prove it, because you two are the ones playing the game. Like the AI would always win if the AI played. So that's kind of the idea: is can you follow it up, and can your opponent handle the defense?
Okay. Now this has been helpful. Thank you. Cool.
All right. Well, hopefully you found the lesson helpful.
I did. And, yeah, I need to go back and look at. I think I've got like probably 8 or 9 scheduled out, but I'll double check that. And I'm also my wife and I are gonna go to Portland for the Congress. Are you gonna be able to go to Congress?
Don't think so. It's really far. So we would have to pay for the airplane tickets on top of the cost on top of the hotel.
Right.
So it's like going to be potentially 2, maybe 3 times as much, simply because like you can carpool a car. You have to pay for a ticket for everyone, so it's a big difference.
For sure.
We looked at potentially like buses or trains or whatever, but not only would it be like miserable compared to like a flight, it's also pretty much the same price as a flight, so it's just also not worth it. I don't think we're going to be able to afford Go Congress this year. It's not going to be worth it, unfortunately.
Summer. Well, I thought it would be cool to meet you in person, but yeah, I understand that. My wife and I are going to go out there and just kind of make it like a vacation thing. But
yeah, I think it's really fun. It's really nice to be just around like 300, 400 other Go players. It's a really nice environment and it's really great. Yeah. But also it's like really expensive, so it's definitely a luxury.
Travel is definitely costly. Like you said, hotel, room and board, all that stuff, food. Yeah, I get it.
Don't ever do the meal plan. I will give you this advice. Don't ever do the meal plan.
No, I'm not going
They will allow you to buy meals there, and the meal plan gives you 0 discount. Therefore, if you eat out even once, you lose money. So there's no discount on the meal plan. You are literally paying the same price. And you're just saying, I'm going to buy all the food, and if I decide to go to a restaurant with some friends or something, I just throw the money away now. So it's not worth it. It's a bad option.
Interesting. Yep. Okay. Well, anyway, I look forward to our additional classes, and yeah, I'll keep working at it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you when I see you.
Okay, bye.
Thank you for that, Viking. It is appreciated. Yeah, it expired. I set it to be done at 4:30 because that's when the lesson ends, is 4:30, and then I was going to just raid Paige. So that was intentional, but it is appreciated. I like to think I'm better than Bats, but nah, just different people, different content. I think regardless, more people streaming is good for the Go community as a whole, because it means more people are watching the community, which means more viewers for all. So I am a big supporter of many people streaming. Yeah, it might hurt the monopoly for some people, but I think overall it'll be better for everyone. Even if like 1 day or 2 days, it maybe hurts some numbers. But yeah, let me go ahead and wrap this up real quick before I forget. Lesson, copy, save, and boom. And then we're at 11Q, I believe. Update. And now that'll be on the videos page. So shout out to my website. I have added some much more affordable options on the lessons page. But the video page, you can check it out. I don't know. I don't know how strict they are about that, because I may have done that before as well, but I try to support OGS as much as I can. There are now tiers where you can watch the VODs for just $3 a month. So if you want to support what I do, I am trying to grow the lower tiers. It'll be very helpful long term. And in exchange, I'm giving access to VODs. And at the higher tiers, I'm going to start trying to do... I already lost it. I'm going to start trying to do game reviews. So due to advice, I'm trying to play a lot more. I'm going to play a lot more on stream. But I'm going to try to balance that with game reviews. So for $5 a month, people can submit it to a pool. And I think I'm going to try to review 1 or 2 games each stream. And I'm trying to stream 5 to 7 days a week. And then if someone gets a game review pack, then I pick their 3 games for the day. And those game reviews will be recorded and also put into the VODs. And then also my regular videos will be here as well. And those will be free. So if you would like access to that and want to support what I do, that is a great way to do it. And then, of course, if you want lessons, you can get all of the above as well as get lessons for the higher prices. But the higher prices do come with the above rewards as well. Beyond that, we do have some Mego Dragon, which is my lovely Go problem app that I am building. There you can do literally thousands of problems a month, and they are divided into categories. Like you have the J group category to practice 3-3 life and death. You have nets and ladders to practice capturing cutting stones. You have squeeze. Everything's divided into categories as best as I am able. And it's built in a way to help you improve at specific parts of the game rather than just throwing a bunch of random problems at you. Additionally, it does reward you with Go skins like the one you see here. This is one of the Go board skins and Go stone skins that you can unlock. There's also a lot more fun, crazy ones. I try to balance both crazy and nice, so you'll be able to get all over the place type of stuff. And then you also get cute dragons to unlock and show off. But all of that is done there, and you get gems and coins to unlock all that stuff by doing Go puzzles. And if you're playing on OGS, every rated game also gives you a bonus on Mego Dragon. You just have to link your OGS account to Mego Dragon, and it also will reward you for playing games. And then next month will be the Western Server Challenge, where you'll try to play 100 games in a month. And if you're on Samego Dragon, you will get rewarded for all those games as well. With that, hopefully you guys found the stream educational. And let's go ahead and raid the wife, who is also using Samego Dragon skins. But she likes the much more pretty ones. I have trouble reading with this, so I picked the black and white ones, but she really likes the prettier ones. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.